Hello and welcome back to Fate's Day Night. My name is Maybe Dennis, and last time we kind of recovered from the Berserker battle. We wake up, we're feeling unusually fine, a little bit bruised, but we talk with Saber. We're like, yeah, well, the rest of the war should be easier, right? You're able to recharge, and you're stronger than all the rest, right? And Tosaka's like, yeah, it should be easier, but we're still a little bit cautious. But first, we have to discuss what do we do about Ilya. And after discussing for a little bit, Shirou decides, yeah, I can't leave her alone. She's like a little sister to me, and I'd rather keep her here than send her to the church. So we basically keep Ilya with us. Later on, we train with Saber, but it's a little bit different. She's a little bit more passive, a little bit shy. I don't know what's happening, but she's not like going all out. And yeah, we kind of do some random choices. One of them results in Shirou getting a fake bad end, which is kind of funny. But at the end, we end up having training with Tosaka, who's like, yeah, I don't know what's with your magic. What you did should have basically consumed an arm and a leg. How are you still alive? And he's like, I don't know. But afterwards, we're about to make dinner, but we're like, well, we're gonna take a bath first. And he kind of walks into Saber in the bath, except this time she's a lot more meek. She's like, I'd rather you not be here with me because I'm kind of embarrassed. So yeah, it's just kind of like the cool down period after the fight because, well, after that night, Saber can't forget about Shirou, and Shirou can't forget about Saber, so they're kind of awkward with each other. But yeah, now it seems I don't think there's many days left, so we're gonna basically head to the end game, or at least like the last, I want to say quarter of the game. I want to say, but or for the Fate route at least. There's still at least 3 servants left, so I guess we'll see what happens. I hope we're not just training again. We did have a 1-day break, but kind of want to get back into the juicy bits. So yeah, let's continue on to the next chapter. I believe this will be day 13? It's February 13, so maybe it's day 14. Nope, 13. Infinity Arms. That sounds interesting. The sky is gray, the hill crimson with corpses. The heavy clouds drift away, heralding the battle's end. Is this Saber's memory? Yep. The mountain of corpses right here. I know this scene. I've seen it so many times now. This is one of Saber's battles. She fought and won so many victories. Scenes like this are almost commonplace for her. Afterwards, she'll return to her castle where her victory will be praised and celebrated. Then she will prepare for the next battle. It's an endless cycle of carnage. This is just life for her. This is the only one of 12 great battles she fought. And so she does not truly remember victory. She does not truly, yeah, sorry. I mentioned this, but like, I came back from a trip recently and I am super like jet lagged, so a lot of things are gonna get slurred. Oh god. And so she does not truly remember victory, so much as she just accepts it as fact. I think she's misguided. This is not a dream. It's just a cold reality, her past that can't be changed. The moment she drew the sword, she stopped being human. She took over for her father as a feudal lord and became a king with many knights. She is known as King Arthur and Altria. The life of the girl who once aspired to be a knight changed so radically. No, was forced to end her life as she knew it, might be a better way to put it. In that instant, the girl who had still had such childlike features ceased to be and became the king of knights. She acted like she was the king's son. The ruler of territories and knights had to be male. Only her father and the mage knew that the king was female. She covered herself in iron and hid the truth for the rest of her life. I don't know why I never realized the implications until now. As much public exposure as she had, she managed to pass herself off as male the whole time. The sheer suffering she likely endured must have been incredible, but a simple observer could never really understand. Time passes, 10 years worth of memories as king, and there was only one common thread that entire time. Even when she's on the throne, even when she's walking through the hallway, even when she's on the battlefield, not a soul spoke to her. Even the round table, filled as it was with knights boasting of their valor, always fell silent the moment the king appeared. So that's what it meant. She was merely tolerated as an idol. Many knights looked down on Altria with her boyish appearance and were ultimately not comfortable in trusting her with their blades. But because she managed to draw the sacred sword that no one else could, they had to obey, even if only to keep up appearances. They just accepted the disgrace, believed it would pass. Sacred sword or no, the king was merely a child. Even with Merlin's support, the king would surely fail eventually. When that happened, they only need to take the sacred sword from her and select a new king. That's probably what most of the knights thought. But that's not how it went. The knight, only just reaching adulthood, was a flawless king. She enforced peace amongst the squabbling lords and fought off invaders as well. Of course, this wasn't due to the sacred sword's power. The sacred sword only protects the king. The king, on the other hand, protects the nation. And through her deeds, she was always able to maintain control of her knights. The sacred sword protects her only from her enemies. It does nothing to help her hold sway over the hearts of her subjects. She worked herself to the bone to be the ideal king to all. At that point, the knights had no choice but to obey. They held their dissatisfactions for the young king in check because the king was truly perfect. She strived to be an ideal king. The only condition for the knights' support was that their king be exactly that, the ideal king. There was no room for Altria to be a human being. She could only be a king, and only a king. She could be a king, and only a king. The peerless knight who drew their sacred sword, who stopped aging from that moment, and who went on to win 12 great wars. The more perfect she became, the more people stayed away from her. As this continued, the king grew more and more isolated. That was who she was. But she did well. In fact, she did too well. She defeated her enemies and minimized her own side's casualties. No matter the battle, sacrifices must be made. So she believed it was her duty to make sacrifices, to bolster her army, and to defeat the enemy without wasting lives. She would strip the resources from one village to prepare her army, then defeat the invaders before they could strike her land, saving perhaps 10 villages. That was a king's approach, and it proved to be the best strategy at the time. But the knights must not have been very happy. To them, only the foreign invaders should have died, and the only true victory is made without any such sacrifice. There shouldn't be any need to sacrifice a territory before battle. They were going to win regardless, so the sacrifices were pointless. There wouldn't be any sacrifices, so the king's actions were a waste. It was, of course, total nonsense. Once battle began, the knights spared not a thought of those little villages. No one thought twice about trampling the villages. Protecting them was never a consideration. The knights claimed that there's nothing that can be done when the enemies destroy such villages, but to let them be destroyed is a great crime. Obviously, she knew that, but a king cannot worry about their personal feelings. She had to kill her emotions to make her decisions, and her knights had to suppress their own feelings to obey. And so, sacrifices were made, and that string of victories stabilized the nation. And in return, animosity for the king grew. King Arthur just doesn't understand how people feel. So one night was heard to say as they left the castle, "What a ridiculous story. She was expected not to be human, but they hated her precisely because she didn't have human emotions." The age of war continued. The animosity of knights who had been dissatisfied with the king only grew more so after that night left. They forced her to deal with every foreign and domestic enemy in hopes of pushing her over the edge. Collapse was imminent. If these many problems confronting the nation were never resolved, it would crumble. Even if all of them were to be resolved, what awaits is more of the same. But that did not concern the kings. Even should she be abandoned, feared, or betrayed, Shirou remained steadfast, because she had long since made up her mind. She abandoned her emotions the moment she decided to draw that sword. This happened long, long ago. Knights from across the nation gathered to try to draw the sword from the stone, but none of them could do it. The knights instead showcased their skills on horseback, eager to crown the best amongst them king. The knights flocked to the arena in droves, and the sword in the stone lay outside, forgotten. From afar, it looked more like a festival. Even in the distance, the sound of valiant cavalrymen clashing is audible. Knights clashed in the distance, and the rock lay forgotten. What was going through the girl's mind as she stood in front of the rock? Before she realized it, an unknown mage stood behind her. He tries to stop her for her own good.
人間ではなくなる。
I want to say that these are the voices that were used for these characters before FGO came out. FGO came out, I believe, in 2015 and in the States 2016. And as a result, they added many new servants to the Fate universe and gave them voices. I believe this is supposed to be Merlin, but that is not Takahiro Sakurai's voice, who is Merlin's current voice. This actually kind of sounds like Assassin's voice, Sasaki Kojiro. I wonder if that's it. I'm not 100% sure because my ear isn't the keenest, but that sounds like it. I'm pretty sure the person who's supposed to be talking is Merlin. And you know, on that note, I would like to say, now that we all know that Artoria or Altria is King Arthur, or Saber is the King Arthur, one of the biggest plot points of, well, King Arthur's legend is their downfall, notably their battle at Camlan with their son Mordred. And you're wondering, wait, how did she have a son if she was married to a woman and there was two? It's because Merlin was like, you know what, let's give this girl a dick. I don't know why that plot point was like, don't worry, we didn't forget, it's just gonna be a very obscure situation. And so that is how Mordred was born. Sorry, it's just hilarious to me. I just want to mention it. He also warned her that many would hate her and that she would die a gruesome death. She must have been terrified. The mage showed her the future. He showed her the end where she would meet if she drew that sword. It only made her all the more determined. Even after seeing the future, she only gave a firm nod. The mage asked again if that was what she wanted. She took the sword in her hand. The mage looked troubled and turned away. He departed with those prophetic words. That's right. She just wanted to protect everyone. But to do so, she had to abandon her desire to protect people. Ah. What? She can, I guess it's because she had to discard her human emotions, so in order to protect everyone, she had to forget her emotions and she had to go on autopilot, kind of like a robot. She cannot protect her country as its king if she still had a human heart. Even knowing this, she drew the sword. Even knowing this, she vowed to live as a king. So no matter what happens, she will remain steadfast. She abandoned her human heart. She was willing to give that up to protect her nation. Who could have known that the girl made such a noble oath? Come what may, and however might end, even if an inevitable solitary doom awaited her. And her end did come. The Battle of Camlan. King Arthur set out on a campaign, and one of her knights usurped her throne, splitting the nation in two and sparking a terrible conflict. Legend has it that in this battle brought an end to the knighthood and chivalry. She killed every knight who once served her and invaded the land she fought to defend. All the knights who followed her were gone, and her own body laid injured and immobile. There was no one left around her. As ever, nothing has changed. All she had in her heart was the pride of a king. She'd known about this ending. Still, she believed that there was something to be gained from this failure, which is why she kept fighting without ever failing or disgracing herself. She had not regrets. If she were to have one, it'd be seeing her nation in ruin. She raised her gaze. Maybe she would be able to see her castle in the distance from this hill. She saw only the aftermath of the battle, a dense forest, and a lake to which she must return. That's right. The hill she meant to charge over has become a wall that she can't climb. Strength left her body. For the first time, she loosened her grip on the sacred sword. And that's where it ended. It was only natural that the dream would end here, since there is nothing beyond that moment in her memories. Ah, this is Shirou dreaming of her past. And that is why this end cannot be rewritten. She worked so hard, and she was resented, betrayed. Nobody understood that she loved her people more than her nation. She came to be known as a merciless king. She was never rewarded or understood. On top of the crimson-stained, sword-strewn hill, the girl sat on the edge of death, isolated and betrayed. I wake to the sound of rain.
朝になってる。
I grip my spinning head and sit up. It's just before 6 o'clock. The rain patters softly outside.
今の夢は
No, there's no doubt about it. There's no bow to doubt it. It was Saber's past. It was the end of her life a long, long time ago. Nothing can change it now. I grit my teeth. I can hear them grinding. I don't know why, but I'm so mad.
くそ。なんだよそれ。
Just thinking about it pisses me off. Her past. The fact that she didn't think anything of it. Me thinking the dream was nothing before. I hate it. I don't even understand why, but it's making me angry. I don't like it. I don't like it one damn bit. No matter how you slice this, her life was unfair. So unfair. She only wanted to help people. She wanted nothing for herself. But as hard as she worked, nobody understood her. Not even at the very end. That really pisses me off. It's so unfair. That's right. She worked harder than anyone, and she didn't receive any reward. It's all just a bunch of crap. She should have been rewarded for everything she's done. But how could that happen at this point? Like, what? Just wanted to tell her that she did a good job? Do I tell her how wonderful she was? Of course not. Nothing so simple could do her justice. I'm gonna marry that girl. Yeah, that's right. If she's to be rewarded, the work that she devoted her life to should be repaid. Altria needs happiness to match the battle she's fought.
それで何を
I'm out of ideas. I don't have any idea how to make people happy. I'm so useless at this kind of thing. My entire life, I wanted to be a champion of justice, but all I ever did was lend a hand here and there. I believe everyone around me would be happy if I just helped people. Or rather, I couldn't face myself if I didn't believe that. Helping people and saving people are very much not the same thing. And if I don't understand the difference myself, I can't possibly reward Saber. It's kind of funny because Saber's described as extremely emotionless, and she was kind of like that in the beginning, but now after all the things that they've been through in the past 12 days, things have really changed. Breakfast is the same as usual. I get the sense that Saber and Tosaka are pretty adaptable since they've already gotten used to Ilya being here. It's only been one day.
で、あんたはどうするのよ、シロ。残るマスターは3人。聖杯戦争だって期限がないってわけじゃないんだから、そろそろ行動に移らないとまずいわよ。いつも後手を踏むってのも情けないし。
Tosaka's right. There's nothing wrong with me physically, and Saber's completely healed. We should be done resting as of yesterday.
そうだな。けど行動を起こすにしてもそれは夜からだ。日が昇っているうちは今まで通りにする。
So, from Shirou's POV, there's Assassin, Caster, and Lancer left. Admittingly, they don't know where Caster is. Sorry, they don't know where Lancer is. They know where Assassin is, and they don't know the existence of Caster technically, because we only technically found out about it in the bad end, and when we did, we died. So, the only lead they have is to, I guess, approach Assassin? Ryudo Temple!
まあ、相手の情報がないんだから闇雲に出歩いても仕方がないけどさ。じゃあ、シロは今日もセイバーにいじめられるわけ？
I'm gonna continue my sword training with Saber. Yes, beat me harder! That's what we've been doing every day, and a master should always be prepared for battle.
リン、私とシロが行っているのは鍛錬です。今の発言は人聞きが悪すぎます。
Sure, it feels good to beat him up, but still.
いや、まあそうだな。午前中は今まで通りセイバーにしごかれるよ。
シロ、あなたまでそのように言われては私の立場がないのですが。
No, I just want you to beat me harder.
あ、いや、悪いセイバー。ぼーっとしてて聞いてなかった。
ですから、リンの言いぶりは乱暴すぎるという件です。
It was harsh, but was it wrong?
まったく、どうしたのですシロ。今朝は覇気が感じられません。朝食もどことなく彩りに欠けますし、昨日も遅くまで蔵にいたのですが。
Damn, She called his food bad. Oh, that's a new low, Shirou. You gotta get your game on. Saber may be questioning me, but there's no real bite to it. I can sense that she trusts me, which makes it even harder for me to meet her gaze now. If our eyes met, I can't help thinking of that scene on the hill.
わかりました。後ほどカツを入れて差し上げます。それでは今日も道場で鍛錬をするでいいのですね、シロ。
She'll put some life in you by beating the life out of you.
頼む。イリアはどうするんだ？
I'm getting ready for some Oni-chan action.
私も昨日と同じだよ。
Oh right, it's raining. I
雨
forgot.
に濡れるのは嫌いだから外に出たくないわ。
そうか。そうしてくれると助かる。
Hold up.
できればイリアには家にいてほしいからな。
Whatever happened to Ilya's servants? Like the two maid people. I don't know. Are they maids? Are they servants? I don't know.
昨日みたいにお弁当作ってくれるなら一緒にいてあげてもいいよ。
Come on, think of it. They never really played a big role in Fate Stay Night Anime 2006. They had like a very extremely minor role in like Unlimited Blade Works, which honestly I never even bothered to remember their names. And I don't remember if they were even in Heaven's Feel. It looks like Ilya took a liking to the bento yesterday. I'm a little embarrassed that something so simple pleases her, but at the same time, I'm glad to know that Ilya enjoyed the bento I made.
なんだ。それじゃあ昨日と同じってことね。
Oh man, that's kind of disappointing.
私も調べ物があるから部屋にこもるけど、午後になったら顔を出しなさい。ちょっと話があるから。
It does make sense. I mean, because like Holy Grail wars are mainly supposed to take place during the nighttime to avoid attention, and we still have the entire day, so it makes sense for the entire daytime to be the same. So maybe something will happen tonight, but the daytime is gonna be rinse and repeat.
調べ物ですか？そう。セイバーなら分かってると思うけど。
Oh, okay. Rudo Temple it
昨日から
is.
竜道寺の様子がおかしいのよ。あれだけ精力的にやってた魔力集めも止まってるし、何か動きがあったのは明白でしょ？
Damn, they're just camping. Man, they're slowly building up power this entire time without doing shit.
まあ、残ったマスターの中で一番厄介そうなのは竜道寺のやつだしね。使いまでもこしらえて中の様子を探ってみるわ。それでしたら探索に専念した方がいいのではないですか。無理に時間を割いてシロに享受する必要はないと思いますが。まあそこはそれ。悪いけど我慢してちょうだい。私もね、まだ危なっかしくて放っておけないのよ。
He's too stupid.
敵に殺されるのならいいけど、魔術をしくじって自滅でもされたら死として面目がないでしょ。はい、リンの言う通りです。私はどうかしていました。リンの授業が必要ないなんてどうして思ってしまったのか。その理由は簡単だけど、まあ知らぬが花ってことで。それじゃあ午前中の鍛錬頑張ってね。そいつ頑丈だから死なない程度に痛めつけるぐらいが最適よ。
Oh, I will. And with that, Tosaka leaves the room.
セイバー、言っとくけど遠坂の言い分なんて本気にするなよ。あいつはセイバーの打ち込みを受けてないからあんなこと言えるんだからな。
We need it for training. Do it, Saber, do it. I tell her just in case. For some reason, she seems pleased.
はい、分かっています。シローの体に関してなら私の方が熟知していますから。
Ooh la la. She responds calmly. Oh, I thought he was gonna blush or something. Oh, she's so
どうしま
close.
した？食べないのですか、イリアス P。
Oh, it's already lunchtime?
昨日に比べるとまだ3割にも届いていませんが。
She's just really bored and has no appetite.
違うよ。こっちのは食べられないの。私辛いのはダメなんだ。はあ、そう辛いとは思いませんが、この香辛料は鶏肉に合っています。マスタードは嫌いなんだってば。いいから食べて。その代わりそっちのイチゴの食べてあげる。
Give me your strawberries. Never. I'll kill you if I need to.
こら戻しなさい。それはダメです。 甘いものが欲しいならリンゴのパイがあるでしょ。
Ilya and Saber sit next to each other, bickering like two close sisters. It's just past noon. The three of us sit and face each other, eating lunch together just like yesterday. Oh right, it's not just lunch that's the same as yesterday. The training is the same as well. Today though is even more awkward. I don't know how to explain it, but something in my chest stirs whenever I face Saber. I find myself unable to rush at her with the same desperation I used to. It's not just me. Saber has been acting weird too. It used to be that she never let an opening go by. The last couple days, she just waited for me to make a move, which has meant the two of us just kind of end up staring at each other for a while. Yeah, she's getting memories from Shirou too. It does make me ask the question, why now? Oh right, no, it's fair. It's because he was actually able to establish a link and mana transfer. Yeah. So no, that's just fair. Yeah, that's fair. So far, Shirou's been getting like small glimpses, notably of the sword that he's been seeing in his dreams. But it sounds like he's been dreaming of that sword even before meeting Saber. He was like, I've had this dream every day for like the last 10 years. I don't know then.
二人ともどうしたの？見ててあんまり面白くないよ。
It could just be that like, so we know Shirou likes swords. It could just be that he was imagining like the ideal sword for the longest time. It just happens to be, you know, the saber sword. Ilya's criticism helps us get back into the swing of things. I managed to go after Saber, but ends up pretty much the same. She batted aside my half-assed attack, but didn't bother countering. Since she didn't follow up, I whirl at Saber, lunge again, and was once again repelled, though again she didn't counterattack. Our lackluster session ended about 10 minutes ago. Once again, it was a Saber's suggestion that we begin our lunch break. We're having the same thing we did yesterday, sandwiches. I figured it wouldn't do to make them the exact same thing as yesterday, so I used a few other ingredients. Everyone seems happy. Ilya's excited over the colorful sandwiches, and Saber takes a deep breath, preparing for her meal. I think that's Saber's way of showing her enthusiasm. It's much rowdier than yesterday. It's raining, and the hardwood floor is cold, but this also feels like a picnic.
ああ、もうそこまでです、イリアスフィール。それでは服が汚れてしまう。まったく、シローの真似をして一口で食べるからそうなるのです。
One bite.
あなたの口は小さいのですから、もう少しおとなしく食べるべきでしょう。なんだ、分かってないのはセイバーの方よ。こういうお弁当はね、お行儀を気にする方が失礼なのよ。
Just eat it.
これはピクニックなんだから、こういう風にするのが本当なんだよね、シロー。
Ilya happily munches on a sandwich, and Saber reluctantly wipes Ilya's mouth with a napkin. Oh, just like yesterday.
くすぐったいてば、セイバー。
Oh my god, she's happy, but she's also kind of blushing. Well, I didn't see this coming. Saber and Ilya seem to have warmed up to each other.
驚いた。拒否しないのですか、イリアスフィール。
Fucking killed your berserker.
なんで？私、優しくされるの好きだよ。他のやつが私に触れたら殺すけど、セイバーは綺麗だから許してあげる。
Damn, the beauty standards.
それに、今は同じお弁当を食べる仲間だもの。セイバーが私のこと好きなら、私もセイバーのことは好きよ。
It's so simple for Ilya. Saber, clearly taken aback, stares at Ilya, dumbfounded. Even I, just a spectator as this unfolds, am caught off guard by Ilya's smile.
何？セイバーは楽しくないの？あ、いえ、それは。
You're really throwing me off.
私は楽しいよ。外は雨で、ここはこんな殺風景な場所で、欲しかったものは何もない。
Well, you're making this place sound kind of not great.
けど、こうしていると嬉しいの。一人でいるより、ずっとあったかいでしょ。なのに、セイバーは楽しくないの？
Something in Ilya's smile just must have struck Saber. Saber sighs deeply and looks back at her.
そうですね。
Aww.
私も、こうしているのはとても楽しい。
That's a nice smile there, Saber. It's a nice smile. She sounds bright. And then Saber smiles in a way I've never seen from her. My heart, it hurts. Too much cuteness. I don't know why, but I'm getting emotional. That smile was great. It was for herself, and herself alone. Not the usual smile I see from her whenever she's protecting someone. It's a smile of sheer happiness for her, from her.
シロ、どうしました？そんな顔して。
Oh, whoops.
いや別に何も。
Yeah, I wasn't doing anything weird, right?
うん、してたわ。お父さんみたいな顔。遠くからこっちを見守ってます。
Shirou's in the back and was like, I raised those two girls. It's been a day.
私、そういう顔は嫌いよ。
Huh? Why? I don't understand what she's talking about, but I guess I was just smiling.
そうか。まあいいことがあったからな。ついにやけちまったのかもしれない。
はあ、いいことですか？
そうだよ。セイバーは今みたいな笑顔のがいい。それが見れてよかったって。
難しいですね。そんなことが嬉しいのですか
？As a protector of justice, Shirou's job is to make everyone happy.
だな。俺、セイバーのそういう顔を見るのが好きみたいだ。
Saber nods, though she doesn't seem convinced. And then, I don't know what came over her, but she smiles and lifts her head.
そうですか。それでは逆ですね。シロ。
Oh, she's like, just like me. Just like me.
何が？
私はあなたが笑顔でいてくれた方が嬉しい。あなたが笑っていられるなら、私はそれで十分です。
I can't meet Saber's gaze. That smile would make anyone lightheaded. I managed to calm myself down and glance aside long at Saber. She calmly resumes eating her picnic lunch. Nothing to worry about there. There should be nothing to worry about, yet something's bothering me.
私はあなたが笑顔でいてくれた方が嬉しい。
He's like trying his best to like stop smiling. The smile that I saw for the first time. It seemed like she was contradicting herself. Okay. Oh, in Tosaka's room. Actually, how many events are we in now? Oh wow, that was already. We're already on our fourth event. I guess it's like dream, breakfast, lunch, and now afternoon. Yeah. I listened to the rain in Tosaka's room. Today, under the pretense of a magecraft lesson, she performed yet another physical examination like yesterday. She gave me more medicine and then checked all my magic circuits. It's not that I mind doing this, I just don't like the feeling that I'm not doing anything productive. She tells me not to move so that she can see what happens to me, but that doesn't mean I can't talk.
トサカ、ちょっといいかな。
I call out to her as I sit on my meditative pose.
いいけど何よ。
セイバーのことなんだけど、なんて言ったらいいかわからないんだが。
She's been really cute recently. I realize I haven't thought this through at all. It's not even a question of what can I do for Saber. I haven't even thought of what I want to do with her.
あいつ何がしたいのかなって。考えてみれば、あいつが自分から何かやるって今までなかっただろ？だから。
セイバーが何を考えているかわからない？
If you don't know, just ask.
いや、そういうわけじゃないんだ。ただ、あんまりにも無欲すぎるのがわからない。そう、そこがどうするべきなのかわからないんだ。
Why don't you ask the mirror because you're the same fucking way?
まあそうよね。セイバーが自発的にやったことってあんたを守ることだけだもの。サーバントとしては当たり前だけど、あそこまで徹底しているとわからなくもなるわ。でもだからといって無欲ってわけはないでしょ。セイバーだって自分の目的のためにあなたを守っているんだから。
She's using you, Shirou. I completely forgot her reason for even becoming a servant.
そうか。セイバーの目的は聖杯を手に入れることだもんな。目的がないってわけじゃないんだ。
Dude really forgot what this entire Holy Grail war was for. And that Holy Grail will grant its possessor's wish. That means Saber at least has a wish she wants granted. I don't know what it is, but she wants it enough to even become a servant. So it must have some hope of saving her. Like, for example, she's here in this time period and the power of Holy Grail can help her so that she can stay here and live a second life. And so she would have to wish for something that big just to make up for all the suffering and tragedy she endured.
なんだ、話は簡単じゃない
He's
か。
like, I got my goal. Yes, I'm gonna win this now.
気持ち悪いわね。いきなり元気になっちゃって。今の話そんなに面白かった？
ああ、元気が出た。そうだよな。そうでなくちゃあそこまで懸命に戦うもんか。セイバーは何より自分の望みのために戦わなくちゃいけないんだから。
I nod to myself. Tosaka, on the other hand, seems utterly bewildered.
エミヤくん、喜んでるところ悪いけど、それはあなたの早とちりよ。セイバーは
Oh, whoops.
あなただって分かってるんじゃない？セイバーはそういうタイプじゃないわ。彼女が聖杯を求める理由は決して自分のためじゃないって。
何を根拠に。
I actually do remember Saber's reason for wanting the Holy Grail. And I'm not going to say anything, but seeing that flashback again this morning, it did feel like there are some parts that are a little bit contradictory, but I think it's just because maybe feelings change over time. I can't even ask that. I know. She met her final moments alone because she didn't have any desires for herself. So Saber wouldn't seek for her own salvation now. But still, I hoped otherwise, even for a brief moment, so I pushed my distorted desire onto her. Our conversation trails off, just as I think this awkward silence is going to continue forever.
つまんない話だけどね。あーちゃんもあんたと似たようなことを言ってたわ。
はあ？あー
Huh?
ちゃんってあのあーちゃん？
That douche who also gave really good advice.
そう。私もね、あいつに聞いたのよ。
I wish
あんたの望みは何なのかって。
I wish to remember my name.
そしたらあいつ、なんて言ったと思う？
あいつの望みって言われても困る。
I never knew a single thing about him. Archer once declared that we were bound to be enemies anyway, so he made no effort to communicate with Saber or me. And yet, he may have been cynical, but he didn't seem to be the sort to have stupid objectives in mind. Oh!
これがね、聞いたら笑うわよ。望みは何よと聞いたら、はいっつったらこう言ったの。
Wow, first we get Saber smiling, and then we get this sprite from Tosaka. We're getting a lot of new sprites today.
そうだな。高級的な世界平和というのはどうだ？
Yeah, just, forever world peace. I would hope that everyone would wish that for that. It's just, it solves all the problems.
もう、呆れを通り越して爆笑したわけ。
That's impossible, bitch, even with the Holy Grail.
そしたらあいつ、やはり笑われたか。まあ、他人の手による救いなど意味はない。今のは笑い話にしておこう。なんて言っていじけちゃってさ。
He's like, I told you my wish and you laughed. You laughed even though I told you my wish and you asked for it now.
なんかね、ああいうやつだから英霊になんてなっちゃって、私みたいな小娘に刺激されちゃうんだなとか思ったわ。
I see. He didn't look it, but he was a great proud knight in his own right.
けどね、間違わないで。聖杯が本当に全ての願いを叶えるのなら、高級的な世界平和なんて最悪の願いよ。
Yeah, that's true.
要するに、それって何もないってことでしょ。争いのない世界なんて死んでるだけよ。物事は動いてないと腐るだけなんだから。
I want problem, always.
それあーちゃんにも言ったのか？
言ったわよ。そしたらあいつ、それが賢者の考えだ。
Oh, damn. He's like, I'm still wishing for this because I'm still naive.
私も同意見だが、今でもこれだけは愚者の夢を守っているのだ。だってさ。まあ、それはいいから、それじゃあ他の望みはあるのかって言ったら、あるにはあるが、聖杯で叶えるほどのものでもなし、私の分は君に譲ろうとかなんとか。
I want world peace or nothing. If he can't grant it, you can have the wish.
キザでしょ？あいつ、きっと生前は女ったらしだったに違いないわ。
Yeah, man, have you seen him? I remember this being a joke, but it's like, man, have you seen his chest? He has bigger chest than half the women in the series. He's so chiseled.
なんかそんなイメージはなかったけどな。けど その話がどうかしたのか、遠坂。
別にサーバントにもいろいろいるってことを話しただけ。
Oh, is that so? Wait, actually, nothing. I was just saying that there are no different kinds of servants, huh? Oh wait, so there are different kinds of servants. I misread that. Is that so? Well, I guess it was good for me to know since, so it was at least kind of helpful.
じゃあ次はこっちの番ね。
Your magic circuits.
まあ私もセイバーに関することな
Never
んだけど。
mind.
そういえば朝方言ってたな。話したいことがあるとかなんとか。
ええ、大したことじゃないんだけど少し気になって。今更になるんだけど、エミヤ君はアーサー王の伝説を知ってる？
Yeah, I saw it. I was there in her dream. The Legend of King Arthur. I've been reminded of it more than enough in the past few days.
人並みには知ってる。まあ、アーサー王が女の子だったなんてことは知らなかった。
Artoria or Altria, I'll kill you depending on your answer.
そうね。けど性別に関してはどうでもいいのよ。別にアーサー王が女の子だったとしても、伝説そのものに変更を加える必要はないでしょ。アーサー王が周りの人間を騙し通していれば、女性であっても男性として扱われるんだから。
Honestly, the way that Fate kind of portrays gender-bent servants is kind of weird. So in this case, it's this person did their best to identify as a man through history to hide the fact that they were a woman, so that they would basically be a man in history. But usually how it works in Fate is that, like, if there are like any feminine characteristics in any depiction of what the hero actually was, or what the legend actually was, they'll just make them a girl. A big portion is because, you know, sex sells, and you know, a large part of the player base are males and want to see female characters. But it's like there are a lot of characters that should be male that were made female because there are aspects of them being female. But like, it's kind of really complicated and really weird. But even something as simple as, like, so my favorite servant in FGO is Okita Soji, and Okita was just, you know, was a man in real life, but they were like, oh, he's kind of like beautiful for a samurai, or he's kind of feminine, so they made him a girl. And it's kind of like that loose logic that makes people into it, that makes servants gender bent. But in the case of Saber, like, by all means, if they were recorded as like a man in the legends, they should have been a guy that popped out of the Holy Grail, right? I don't really completely understand, like, the logic of how the Grail determines gender. But honestly, I believe it's just kind of like there are a bajillion variations of a lot of these heroes depending on different characteristics. It's just that in the games, we just always like pick the female one. There might be like one female and like 10 other male variants, but we need the female one. That's how I'm interpreting it. Yeah, I was just kind of curious, but I guess that's just how it is.
幸いアーサー王にはマーリっていう魔術師が
The
ついて
Dick
るね。
Wizard.
インキュバスとの根血だっていう悪魔じめたやつだから、アーサー王の性別を偽装したり、生まれないはずの子供を用意するってのもお手の物だったんでしょ。
Did I skip a line actually? King Arthur being a girl wouldn't change the legends. As long as King Arthur managed to hide the fact from everyone, she would be treated as a man. Oh no, she already said it. Okay.
そうだろうな。
だから私が問題にしているのは伝説と今のセイバーの食い違いよ。ねえエミヤくん、あなたはエクスカリバーがどういうものか知っていて？
It was a sword given by the Lady of the Lake?
なんだよ今さら。エクスカリバーって言ったらアーサー王の代名詞だろ。妖精に授かった剣で切れないものはなく刃こぼれもしないっていう名剣だ。
The ultimate sword.
やっぱりそんなことだろうと思ったわ。
Tosaka looks oddly triumphant.
俺なんか
What did I do wrong this time?
言ったわよ。あなたもアーサー王と同じ間違いをしたってこと。マーリンがいたら未熟者ってどやされてるわ。
If Merlin was around, he'd just be fooling around the entire time.
だからなんでさ。岩に刺さった剣ってのはエクスカリバーじゃないんだよな。あっちの剣は途中で折れてしまって、その後に湖の妖精から譲り受けた剣があって、それがエクスカリバーなんだろ。
そうそう、エクスカリバーをアーサー王が受け取った時にね、 マーリンはこう問いかけるの。
I misread received as revived. I don't know why.
おうよ、あなたがお気に召したのはどちらの
Oh
方で
yes,
すか？
she's trying to sound old man sagely.
剣か、それとも鞘ですか？アサオはためらいもなく剣の方だと答えるんだけど、マーリンは叱責するの。お間違えめさるな。剣は敵を撃つものですが、鞘はあなたを守るもの。その鞘を身につけている限り、あなたは血を流すこともなく負傷することもない。真に大事とすべきは剣ではなく鞘なのです。
Can I get both? What's a sheath without the sword, and what's a sword without the sheath? Actually, no, there are a lot of swords without sheaths. That, yeah. Tosaka skillfully acts out the part of King Arthur and Merlin. You can tell her face. She's like, "Yeah, I did a great job." Yeah.
それでお前何が言いたいんだ？
何ってここまで聞いてわからない？つまりアーサー王は不死者なの。エクスカリバーっていうのは攻守ともに無敵の宝具なのよ。
It's the perfect combination of offense and defense.
だから本当ならセイバーは傷を負ってもすぐに治るはずだってこと。
遠坂、実際セイバーは傷を負っても治ってるんだが。
それはそうだけど、セイバーの自己回復はセイバーのバカみたいに膨大な魔力を使った力技にしか見えないっていうか、ともかく伝説のエクスカリバーの鞘とは違う気がするのよ。
なるほど。遠坂がそう言うんならそれは正しいんだろう。ならこっちから質問。アーサー王は不死者だって言うけど、それならどうしてアーサー王は死んだんだよ。伝説の最後はアーサー王の死じゃないか。
There are immortalities of different kinds. Tosaka's mouth drops open. She's like, I don't know. After freezing up for a few seconds, she grinds her teeth and looks away. I don't
そう
know.
だった。エクスカリバーの鞘は途中で敵に盗まれたんだ。
Oh. Ah, rookie mistake right there. I'd forgotten, but according to the legend, King Arthur's fate was sealed the moment the king lost the all-important sheath.
で、納得いったか、遠坂？
言ったわよ。笑い物にしたいならすればいいわ。
It's not that she didn't know, but she didn't notice the discrepancy. She doesn't mean that. I can tell that she's ready to kick me in the head the moment I laugh at her. Do it. I dare you, Shirou. I dare you.
納得いったんならいい。けど、どうしてそんなことを気にしたんだよ。セイバーが傷つかないかどうかなんて、お前には関係ないだろ。
うるさいわね。何よ、ちょっとそうだったら無敵だなーなんて舞い上がっただけじゃない。私だってね、たまには間違えることぐらいあるわよ。
You make mistakes all the time. This is a tough one. Would there be any benefit in me pointing out that she makes mistakes a lot and not just some? Do it, Shirou. Do it. She'll kick you, but at least you'll get to see her legs. Even if it's the last thing you'll see. By the time the sun sets, the rain stopped completely. Based on our conversation during breakfast, we're headed to town to look for the other master.
その前に確かめておかないと。
Wow, it's our... What time of day is it now? It is night. Okay, so almost time for the action. I should check Saber's intentions. What is her purpose in fighting?
と言っても、正面から聞いてもダメだな。できるだけさりげなく聞き出さないと。
I hype myself up a bit, then push to my feet. The living room seems like a good starting place. I'm gonna leverage the peaceful pre-dinner mood and try to get through Saber's stubborn nature.
例えばの話だけど、
By the way...
もし聖杯戦争に勝ち残れたとしたら、どうしようか。
So much for casual. Actually, what is this part called? Okay, maybe I shouldn't have checked. Versus Caster. Alright, I guess we'll finally be able to see Caster. I believe Caster is the only person we don't have here. Yeah, it's still a mystery because the bad end didn't give us any information. I wonder if we got anything else for the weapon list. It's been a while. Nope. The last thing was still the golden sword of assured victory. So much for casual. I thought about it a lot and couldn't come up with anything smooth, so blunt it is.
Eh?
You're just gonna say it out loud? Huh? Huh? All three of them offer more or less the same response, though with slightly different expressions.
だから勝った後のことだよ。聖杯を手に入れたらどうするかって話。
I want a drink from the Grail.
そんなの説明されなくてもわかるけど、どういう風の吹き回しよ。あんたがそんなこと言い
You
出す
still have half the war to fight. Don't get too ahead of yourself. Saber and Ilya don't nod, but they seem to share the opinion on the subject. I guess this is kind of a weird thing to bring up out of nowhere, but I have to play dumb for now.
ああ、いや、ただの思いつきだ。
Yeah, asking for a friend.
ほら、残ったサーバントはあと3人なんだから、そういうことを考えてもおかしくないだろう。数が減って明白に終わりが見えてきたんだから。
まあ言われてみればそうよね。いくら四郎だってこの状況ならそれぐらいは考えるか。好きで始めたことじゃないって言っても命を張ってる以上は報酬ぐらい気になるだろうし。
そうそう、一応それぐらいは考える。
I'm gonna win. I'm glad Tosaka likes to focus on the reasons for things. Tosaka will allow the possibility of anything that seems logical, which is really one of her better qualities. There's just something I brought up to discuss though.
それで遠坂はどうなんだよ。もし聖杯が手に入ったらどうするんだ。
I try to be as natural as possible with this. I already lost though.
私は勝つことしか考えてなかったから聖杯に叶えてもらうような目的はないわ。とりあえず聖杯を手に入れるけどその後のことは考えてなかったな。
Once I get the Grail, it's just gonna be a trophy to show that I've won. I'm not gonna use it because that's all I wanted to do. I wanted to win. So she's fighting because she doesn't want to lose. I figured that was the case, but I didn't know for sure until she said it herself.
切れた。一番ものを考えていそうで実は一番考えてないのよね。
Trust me, she thinks about a lot of things, but she doesn't think them through.
言うじゃない。じゃあそういうあんたはどうなのよ、イリアスフィール。
そんなの知らない。聖杯は私のだから誰にも渡すなって言われ
You
ただ
didn't
け
think
よ。
this through either.
もともと私のものなんだからそんなものに興味あるわけないじゃない。
要するに聖杯より聖杯戦争の方が楽しいってこと？
当然よ。私は勝つためだけに来たんだもの。聖杯の使い道なんてどうでもいいわ。
There are two pieces in the pod. I was just about to say, you know, the reasons are basically the same. It's not completely the same because Ilya's like, I want to take back what's mine. I don't care about the wish. And Tosaka's like, I just want to win. I don't care about the wish. The two stare at each other in silence. They seem to be coming to some sort of understanding. Saber doesn't say anything. She probably doesn't intend to join in on the conversation. No matter how much she resists, I still have to ask.
2人の目的はなんとなく分かった。
Oh yes, your goals of nothing. I try to turn as naturally as possible. You can just hear the mechanical squeak of Shirou turning his head like.
じゃあセイバーは？
She's been quiet the whole time. Saber doesn't reply. I do remember near the beginning of the game, Shirou did ask Saber this, and she's like, "You're gonna have to use a command spell to get this out of me. Pry it out of my dead, lifeless body." Sensing that something's amiss, Tosaka and Ilya stop and turn towards Saber. The silence stretches out for maybe a minute.
今さら語るまでもありませんが、聖杯を手に入れるのは私の義務です。
One thing that I did think was kind of interesting is that like this entire concept is based off the Holy Grail, and the Holy Grail was basically something from the Arthurian legends, and it wasn't something that King Arthur ended up getting. It was one of the knights of the round. So that was always kind of interesting, where it's like, yeah, the entire basis of this Holy Grail war was based off an Arthurian legend. So even though it's like heroes from different myths and whatnot, and there are different ways to get like this all granting omnipotent wish grant, this wish granting omnipotent like Grail wish. I don't know what I'm saying, but like the concept of granting a wish is not foreign to a lot of different cultures. A lot of them have it actually, but they decided to choose the Holy Grail War and actually have King Arthur, the most notable person in their legends, to Arthurian legends, to basically be one of the participants, which I always found very interesting.
聖杯がどれほどの許容範囲を持っているかは知らない。ですがそれが聖杯である限り、私は聖杯を手に入れなくてはなりません。そして無論、聖杯が私の望みを叶えられるなら、望みを叶えるだけですが。
But what is your wish? There it is. Saber just said that she has a wish of her own.
そうか。で、その望みって何なんだ？
I try to calm my racing heart to keep composed as I ask. Saber doesn't want to answer. Fine. That's fine. If she can't answer, chances are good because her wish is a selfish one. Knowing Saber, she may hesitate to reveal her wish to anyone if she's wishing for something selfish. I think I'd rather she keep quiet than make something up. I can feel myself trying to back away from the question I raised.
何？それってそんなに難しいこと？
And then Ilya's like, no, let's deep even dig. Oh, sorry. Let's dig even. Sorry. I said, let's deep even digger. Let's dig even deeper.
サーバントの望みは現世に蘇ることだっておじいさまは言ってたわ。英霊たちは2度目の生を得るために聖杯を求めるんだって。
You get a one up.
セイバーだってそうじゃないの？
Saber jerks her head up. If that's what she wanted, there would be no problem. Which means...
いいえ、2度目の生に関心はありません。
Shirou's like, no, no!
私の目的は聖杯を手に入れることのみです。もともとこの身は聖杯を手に入れる代償としてサーバントになったのですから。
I figured that much. Someone who took an oath and drew the sacred sword wouldn't seek a second life.
ちょっと待って、聖杯を手に入れることと引き換えにサーバントになった？それって英霊になる時の契約のこと？はい。この身をサーバントとする交換条件として私は聖杯を求めたのです。え？じゃあ何？あなたって聖杯を手に入れるために呼び出されたサーバントじゃなくて、聖杯を手に入れるために自分からサーバントになったっていうの
Tosaka stares at Saber. She tilts her head confused.
つまりセイバーは英霊だから呼び出されたんじゃなくて、自分からこの戦いに参加したってこと？
Huh. It's kind of interesting, but that would also explain why she just kind of spawned and helped Shirou, rather than being summoned like how Tosaka summoned Archer. I guess there are some like parts of this that aren't very traditional.
けどサーバントである以上英霊として祀られているんだから、自分からこっちの世界に関わるなんてできっこないわよね。じゃあセイバーはサーバントのルールから大きく外れてるってわけでもないし。
She's like, man, what are the rules anymore? I don't get it.
もうちょっと待ってね、今整理するから。いいえ、整理するまでもありません。リンが言ったことは正しい。
Rin's like, I don't know what I'm correct about.
違います。私はまだ完全にサーバントになったわけではないのですから。
You see, Tosaka, it's not my fault. It's not my fault for being a sham of a mage. She was incomplete from the beginning.
完全にサーバントになっていない？
What does that mean? Well, first of all, what does it mean to become a servant? Saber just said. She agreed to become a servant as a price that she had to pay to obtain the Holy Grail, which means...
ちょっと待ってくれ。サーバントっていうのはまさか何かを手に入れた代償として無理やり戦わされてるっていうのか？
いいえ、それは違います。もともとサーバントというのはこの聖杯戦争だけの特別な使い魔です。
I'm kind of confused also. It's like, what's the difference? Because I guess like normally a master drags a servant out of like the realm of whatever the realm of her heroic spirits to get one to help them fight the Holy Grail War. While in this case, she just like spawned in. It's like, no, I'm gonna be here regardless of whether you want me to be here or not. Is that a difference?
サーバントとは英霊の特性を利用した召喚魔術。元は英霊なのですから、サーバントにパンを得た代わりに労働するという決まりはありません。そうね。サーバントシステムってのはもともと守護精霊である英霊を利用したものだもの。元からあるものを使ってるわけだから、サーバント側にもマスター側にも代償として支払うものはない。 けどサーバントになる前、人間から英霊になるには代償行為が必要だって聞いたことがある。英霊っていうのは人間の守護者でしょ。彼らは死した後も人間のために働いて、人の世の滅亡を水面下で防ぐのだとか。で、そういった守護者になるには生前まだ英雄として現役だった頃に何かと取引をしなくてはならない。
They make a deal while they're still alive? I don't know how consistent that is in later parts of the universe.
それが英霊の契約。世界に死後の自分を明け渡す儀式。
We get some really weird servants later on. I know some of them are gag servants, but like some of them are also somehow become servants in a very weird way that is like in a very serious manner as well. So it's kind of weird.
交換条件によって財を得た者が英雄となり、英雄としてやりたいことをやった後、死後はサーバントとしてもらった財を返す。つまり英雄になるために借金をして、死んだ後は英霊になることで借金を返すってこと。サーバントっていうのはその返済金額を横から私たちにかすめ取られて使役されてるってわけ。
Huh. I really never thought about that. I didn't realize that servants basically went to, or heroic spirits had to, maybe it's like in order to be recorded in the annals of history, you have to garner, like get this debt. And then later on, you're, basically in the Hall of Fame. But in order to be in here, you have to also perform some duties, which is being a servant in the Holy Grail War. It's kind of weird, but you're not sure. I'll go with it.
つまり何かとの取引で人間は英雄になって、英雄にしてもらったお返しとして死後は使い魔として刺激されるのか。じゃあセイバーが英霊になった交換条件が
The Holy Grail. Since Saber obtained the Holy Grail in her lifetime, the price she has to pay is... So wait. Oh, so she's like, I've already got advance payment. I got the Holy Grail. Ew, that's kind of interesting. The price she has to pay is serving as a heroic spirit, as a sort of guardian even after death.
それこそおかしい。セイバーは聖杯が目的だ
Oh,
って
never mind. I have no idea what the frick is going
それは
on.
とっくに手に入れてるはずだ。セイバーは聖杯と引き換えに英雄になったんだから。
いいえ、シロ。私はまだ聖杯を手にしてはいないのです。
Or maybe her debt is the fact that she wants to obtain the chance to obtain the Holy Grail.
アルトリア。アーサー王の望みは生きているうちに聖杯を手に入れることだった。私は死ぬ前に聖杯を手に入れなければならなかった。そのためにもし聖杯が手に入るなら死後は守護者になっても良いと条件を飲んだのです。リンの言う通り、人間は英雄になるために世界と契約をし、人間以上の力を授かり、その代償として死後の自分を売り渡します。
And in the Arthurian legend, she never actually obtained it.
ですが私は英雄になるときに世界の後ろ盾を必要としなかった。
Oh, so badass. I got enrolled in the Hall of Fame regardless.
アーサー王は英雄になるための支援を必要としなかったのです。
This is really interesting. I never really pondered the process of how heroic spirits entered the pantheon, for lack of better words, or whatever you call it. I straight up forgot. Because there are a lot of really weird, servants in that universe. She didn't need any help to become a hero, so Saber became a hero on her own.
けどあなたは英霊としてここにいる。アーサー王は英雄になった後で世界に違う交換条件を求めたってこと？
はい。私は最後の時にどうしても聖杯が必要になった。聖杯がなければ我慢できなかった。叶えなくてはいけない願いができてしまった。だから英霊の契約をしたのです。私の手に聖杯が握られるなら死後は英霊となってあらゆる者のために剣を取ろうと。
In her last moments, she wished for the Holy Grail's miracle. Now I understand her feelings, that blood-soaked hill. swords standing as gravestones, the bodies of so many knights. A lone king whose reign ended in betrayal. She didn't deserve the end she met. Even if she hadn't had a wish of her own before, she must have thought, I can't die here. This isn't the end I want. And that's why there's no shame in using the power of the Holy Grail to prolong her life.
そう。つまり死後の自分を売り払ってまで聖杯を手に入れられる手段を取ったのね。けどセイバー、あなたの出した条件っていうのは生きているうちに聖杯を手に入れるでしょ。なら、
はい。私が生きているうちに聖杯探索は成し得なかった。私はアーサー王は最後まで聖杯を手に入れることができなかったのです。ですがそれでは契約が成り立ちません。世界が私をサーバントにするにはアーサー王が生きているうちに聖杯を与えねばならない。ですから
アーサー王は聖杯を手に入れるまで死なない。いいえ、死ぬことができない。
Does that mean she's still alive actually and she never died?
それじゃああなた、
はい。アーサー王と呼ばれていた私は死を迎える一瞬で止まっているはずです。時間軸から見れば私はとうに滅びているでしょう。です。アーサー王は死の直前でサーバントとして召喚され聖杯を手に入れた後死ななければならないのです。
Oh, okay, so I haven't watched this in like 15 years. I completely forgot about this. Oh, wow. Wow. So she's getting the Holy Grail War in a way in order to basically fulfill her goal and to die. Because the moment she gets it and she uses it, she's going to die. Unless she somehow uses the Holy Grail to basically mitigate it. But yeah, wow.
時間が止まってるんじゃなくて時間に止まってる状態か。
That's what makes her so special as a spirit. I do remember a certain something. I'm not gonna say it yet, but because it spoils for like Fate Zero and other Fate Stay Night stuff. But man, I really want to talk about it.
あなたがサーバントとして何度戦いを繰り返しても構わない。最終的には聖杯を手に入れて契約を果たすことは決まっているんだから、
そうです。いつかは聖杯を手に入れ私は契約を果たす。だからこそ英霊になる前からいずれ英霊化が決定しているという条件であらゆる時代に召喚される。
Oh wait, this just answers another one of my questions. So it was always really weird. I think they've already mentioned this, so I'm not gonna feel bad about spoiling, right? But Saber was in the previous Holy Grail War, but in a lot of cases where servants are summoned, they do not, if they're ever summoned again, they do not remember their previous experience. It was always really weird that Saber remembered her previous experience in the previous war, and the reason for that is because she didn't die. She just kind of blipped back to her time, and now she's blipping back here. She's basically on a contract to keep doing this until she obtains the Holy Grail. So it's not, they never had a chance to reset her memories because she's not like official Holy Spirit in the pantheon of fuck it. Well, yeah, I don't know. Oh, that was actually really cool. I didn't realize that.
それはこの町の聖杯だけではありません。聖杯が手に入る可能性があるならば私はどの戦場にも召喚される。そうしていつかは聖杯を手に入れ私の望みを叶えた時こそ死の直前で止まっていた私の時間は進みます。アーサー王は最後の時を迎え聖杯を手に入れた代償としてこうして英霊となるのでしょう。
死の直前で覚めない夢を見ているようなものか。今回の聖杯戦争もセイバーにとっては夢の一つ。そして夢から覚めるのは聖杯を手に入れた時だけ。
リンはシローが未熟だから私を霊体化できないと言いましたね。けれどそれは違う。私は未だ死者ではないから霊体にはなれないのです。
Wait, isn't that bullshit? I'm pretty sure that she went spirit form in Fate Zero. At least several times. No, wait, did she? I don't remember. No, she didn't. Shit, never mind. They're right. She never went spirit form.
半端な扱いですが、これでも位置づけは聖者ですから。前回の聖杯戦争でも私はそうだった。
Saber's tone is apologetic. She probably feels bad for laying the blame for her not being able to enter spirit form on my ineptitude. She's like, I've been blaming you this entire time, but it's actually me. I don't care about that. But there's something I need to ask.
セイバー、未だ死者じゃないってどういうことだ？聖杯を手に入れるまで死なないってのは分かった。話の流れから言って、アーサー王の時代からずっと生き続けてるわけじゃないってのも分かる。
It's kind of like time travel in a way,
け
actually.
ど、そうでなかったら今のセイバーは何なんだ？本体の分身ってわけでもないんだろう。
はい。こちらに呼び出される英霊というのは全て本体の分身のようなものですが、私はまだその位置に達していません。聖杯を手に入れるまでは死の直前に止まったままで呼び出されている。リンの言った通り、アーサー王は時間という大河の上で停止している。私はその位置から前か後ろかに飛んで聖杯を求めた後、止まっている場所に戻っているのでしょう。
Okay, let's see. I tried diagram it all in my head. So Arthur summoned right before they die, and then if they retrieve the Grail, they'll go back to right before they died, and they'll die. It's pretty simple once I visualize it. King Arthur is stopped in time at the moment before she dies. But that doesn't matter to the wider flow of time, if it continues on, all the way to the present. She'll jump to whatever time she's needed, then return to her own frozen moment in time after she completes her duty. If she manages to obtain the Holy Grail in one of these times she'll visit, she'll be swept back into the proper flow of time and die, just as she does in the history we know. Maybe that's how heroic spirits work. When they die, they get transferred back to a sort of nexus where the flow of time stops. And when they're summoned, they're taken to that point in time, then disappear without ever returning. Ah, copies. That's probably what it means to be a heroic spirit, chosen being doubles. Kinda like clones made from their original selves. The heroic spirit, which completely retains the ability and memories they had when they were alive, appears in this world and gains more knowledge from it, but it's all useless. They have no means to return to original bodies and instead just disappear. And so, no matter how many times or in how many different eras they are summoned, there will never be any inconsistencies in the heroic spirit's memories. From the moment the person becomes a heroic spirit, they will never change. Even if they obtain new knowledge, they'll just disappear once their role is over. So in a sense, Saber is not a complete servant. After each time she's summoned, she eventually returns to her own time. She goes back to that moment where she's about to die on that blood-soaked hill. Yeah. So I can say this now. In Fate Zero, Saber does not win because we saw the result. She said it herself, she was one of the last two combatants, but she did not win the Holy Grail War. So right when that happened, she wakes up basically at the hill on top of Kamlan with the the same pose that she had in the memories, and she's like, why? Damn it! And then she sees a light which leads into Fate's Day Night. I always thought it was weird because I assume that when servants die, their copy gets erased. They don't really go anywhere. But Saber was always the exception. Now I'm like, oh, that's why. Yeah, okay, that makes a lot of sense now. I've rewatched like Unlimited Blade Works several times and Fate Zero several times. Because this is mainly explained in Fate's Day Night in the 2016 anime, I haven't really rewatched that. So a lot of these things I've completely forgotten about, and honestly it probably just flew over my head the first time I heard it.
じゃあ何？今回聖杯を手に入れたら元の時代に戻ってその時代で聖杯を使うってこと？それって過去の改ざんじゃない。時間旅行にしても平行世界の運営にしてもそれは魔法の領域よ。そんなのできるわけがないわ。
Tosaka's right. Depending on what Saber uses the Holy Grail for, it could just lead to a different outcome. Unless she plans to die the same exact way and use the Holy Grail War in the way that wouldn't affect the world, it's gonna cause some timey-wimey stuff.
それを可能とするのが聖杯でしょう。そうして聖杯さえ使えるのならば、私はサーバントとなってもいいと契約したのです。聖杯を使うことでアルトリアという人物が消え去ろうとも、今の私が英霊となることを代償として。
Saber is so matter-of-fact about it. It doesn't sound right though. Using the Holy Grail War to grant a wish is fine. But why would that mean Altria has to disappear? Actually, wait a second. Okay, no, never mind. I was gonna say, like, why is she like 15 years old? And I remembered, oh, right, her body aging stopped the moment she got a hold of the sword, but she's mentally actually much older.
なんだよそれ。聖杯を使うことでアルトリアが消える。セイバー、お前は自分を。
Alright, Saber, I plan to lose now. I see the image of a girl dying on that hill all alone.
自分を救うために聖杯を使うんじゃないのかよ。
なぜそのようなことを言うのです、シロ。
I'm selfless. I would never save myself.
私の望みは国を滅びから救うことだけなのですが。
I can feel my expression tensing up. I thought I knew Saber's wish, but now my head's spinning. I feel like throwing up.
なんて。
And yet, I try to push the air from my lungs to get that one word out.
なぜも何もないでしょう。私は国を守れなかった。国を守るために王となったのに、その責務を果たせなかった。その時に思ったのです。岩の剣は間違えて私を選んでしまったのではないかと。
That's ridiculous. Why would she think that?
いいえ、その迷いは常に私の中にありました。私は王にふさわしくないのではないか。本当に選ばれるべき英雄は他にいたのではないのかと。あの時、政権を抜いてしまった時、国を救えなかった私より国を救えたはずのふさわしい王がいたはずです。
That's bullshit. Everyone already gave it a try. You literally pulled the sword out when everyone already gave up and decided to try another way to determine the king.
だから、もし聖杯の力で王の選定をやり直すことができるなら、その時に戻ればきっと。
So now we know what Saber's wish is. It's basically to rewrite history, to make it so that she never became King Arthur, which is kind of like what I was mentioning before. There's something contradictory about the memory that Shirou saw, because in that memory she was like, I have no regrets. I would have done this every time. And that's not true, because right now she's like, no, I regret it. I wish I never did this at all, because not for personal gain, but because someone else could have done a better job. Is she saying that her nation wouldn't be destroyed if she was able to go back to that moment? I feel faint. I'm really angry at Saber for wishing such a ridiculous thing. Wait, why is that a question? I'm really angry at Saber for wishing for such a ridiculous thing? Okay, there we go. The feeling passes in an instant though. I probably look like a deer in headlights. Isn't it obvious? Saber's wish is not for herself, and on top of that, she wishes for her own elimination. She exists because she became a king by drawing the sacred sword. To pretend that never happened means that she simply wouldn't exist. Let's say we use the Holy Grail to grant her wish. Altria would never become king. She would just live in the timeline where she is an ordinary knight. But then what would happen to that Saber I know? Even if it's only temporary, she's already existed as a holy spirit, heroic spirit, and if her wish is granted, she'll continue on, but as a being meant only for fighting. She's already paid the price for obtaining the Holy Grail, so the Saber I know would continue existing, even if Altria never became king. She'll be cut off from the past and future. She'll always and only ever be the lonely knight dying on that blood-soaked hill. I won't allow it. There's no hope and salvation there. Even if she was able to do it all over, and there really was a better king, and her nation did manage to last longer, and if she was herself saved, it'd all be lies. Even if it made everyone around her happy, I can't just let the past 10 years she fought through be a lie.
違う。 そんなことはできない。やり直しなんてできないし、しても意味はないんだ。セイバ
シロ、
ー、そんなことに聖杯を使うな。聖杯はセイバーが戦って手に入れるんだろ。ならセイバーは自分のためにその奇跡を使うべきだ。
ですから私は自分のために使うと言っているではありませんか。
I'm using it for myself by saving my country, which makes me feel better.
私アルトリアは王としての責務を果たさなければ。
How does she not understand? Holy shit. I was thinking like this is versus caster, but this one part is taking a very long time. We haven't seen caster anywhere.
そんなの
How does she not
お前はも
understand?
う十分すぎるくらいに果たしてるじゃないか。セイバーはあんなにも戦ってきた。裏切られても怖がられても負けなかった。だっていうのになんで死んじまった後もお前だけがそんな誓いを守らなくちゃいけないんだ。
Saber looks bewildered. It's like, how did you know that? It's like you do realize we've been seeing each other's dreams, right? Too late to regret what I said. I shouldn't have just blurted out that I've been dreaming of Saber's past. A heavy silence hangs between us. I can't think of what to say. I can tell that even speaking up will just make things worse right now. But I just can't keep quiet.
セイバー、俺頑張ったやつが報われないのは嫌なんだ。
It's wrong. It's not fair. I get that's childish, but I want to believe that humans can find happiness if they really work for it.
他のマスターには負けない。聖杯は必ず手に入れる。
I'm gonna use my wish to negate your wish.
だからセイバーは自分の望みを叶えてくれ。それなら俺はこの馬鹿げた戦いに初めて意味を見出せる。
Damn. He's basically rejecting her current reason for existing because she only exists to obtain the Holy Grail. That's the conclusion I reached. I don't know what the Holy Grail is, nor do I know if it's even something you should try to obtain. But if it could save Saber, even a little, then I'll go all out for her. And fuck. The sound of heavy bells rings out, and the house suddenly goes dark. Oh, okay, there we go. The last time this happened, Lancer attacked. Is he attacking again? Who knows? Maybe if the title of the chapter didn't, or the title of the scene didn't spoil me, I'd probably have a better idea. Or I probably would know that this is not Lancer. The air changes immediately. The lights go out, but Saber, Tosaka, and I don't say a word. We try to gauge our surroundings with our other senses. The loud ringing stops and the living room goes silent. And yet, a soft rustling sound ripples through the house.
今の警告音、この屋敷の結界？
It's the only thing this house has. I nod in silence. It's the same sound as when Lancer broke in. That can only mean... The sounds are getting closer, louder. Something is sliding against or across something else. It sounds like a swarm of bugs rushing towards the light. The only place that sound doesn't seem to be coming from is the living room. It's not even been a minute since the lights went out and we're surrounded on all sides by that sound. No, the bugs, no!
サーバントにしてはこれは
There's just too many of them. Whatever people might say, I do have some knowledge of mages and magecraft. Even I can sense that there is a lot of magical energy coming from a ton of people or things surrounding the house. 20 at least. But they seem weirdly light. I don't sense any human will or intellect. The flapping sound seems to be coming from the enemy puppets.
なんだ、やっぱり来たんだ。今まで散々私から逃げ回ってたくせに。
God damn it, those pussies.
いなくなったら飛んでくるんだもの。ほんと、現金なサーバントね。
Ilya speaks up amidst the flapping sounds. She, unlike the three of us, is strangely calm.
イリア、わかるのか？
当然でしょ。私にわからないサーバントなんていないわ。外にいるのはキャスターで、何かいっぱい引き連れてきてる。
Oh.
竜の葉でくくったゴーレムみたい。
That's what they are. I see so many of them in FGO. Ilya's so casual about this. And just then, the sound stops. I grab the wooden sword in the living room. Saber and Tosaka seem to be waiting for me to make a move. I'm gonna be honest, I didn't expect Caster to just ambush us this quickly. I thought it would be the opposite. We spent so much time talking about Saber's past that we forgot that we were supposed to ambush Caster. Okay. From what I understand, I actually believe Saber is a poor matchup against Caster, from what I remember. So I think that this will probably lead to a bad end. So I'm going to choose that one first. Saber can take care of Caster. There's no servant left that Saber can't defeat, and Saber should be good against Caster. Her strong magic resistance should make her a good choice against Caster, who is a mage.
Saber, 言ってもらえるか?
I hope we're in battle armor already. Yeah.
キャスターならば私一人で行くべきでしょう。シローの判断は正しい。
よし、ここは俺たちだけで持ちこたえる。
I gotta
セイ
check
バー
the
はキャスター
flowchart.
を倒すことだけに専念してくれ。
We already got this. I think this is a bad end, yeah. Whoosh! At the very least, it means that like this choice has many more events due to the fact that this has been, you know, pushed forward in time. A strange sound reaches me just as I finish speaking. Is it the sound of Saber tearing through Caster's familiars now that she's jumped out into the hall?
まだ増える。20、30、40。ちょっと、
Wait a second.
いくら雑魚だって言ってもこれじゃ。
I do remember Caster from the 2016 anime, and I remember something happening very differently. Maybe it can still happen, I don't really remember, but I'm gonna keep that in mind.
問題ないわ。龍河兵なんて模造品で、竜の化身であるセイバーを倒せるはずがないものよ。こんなの何百体いようと、セイバーの敵じゃないわ。
The sound retreat into the distance. The horde I felt surrounding the house is gone. I assumed Saber defeated them all. Like Ely said, Caster's familiars can't stop Saber. They must not have made it in here because they couldn't get past Saber.
さすがね。セイバー、キャスターを見つけたわ。キャスターのやつ、急いで使い魔を引き戻してるけど、これで終わりかな。
Saber won't lose in single combat. She shouldn't have any trouble cutting Caster down since she doesn't have to worry about protecting us.
浮かない顔ね。すぐに決着がつくっていうのに、
Wow.
浮かない顔してるけど。
そういう遠坂だってどこか気に食わないって顔だけどな。
まあね、ちょっとうまくいきすぎてるから。セイバーの強さがキャスターの予想以上だったにしろ、何の用心もなしに自分から仕掛けてくるかなって。
Yeah, casters only work well when they're in their domain, for lack of better words. She's right. This caster came here willingly. If she knows that there's a master here too, she should already know which servant is here too. So she knows that Saber is here, and that Saber is a bad matchup for her. If she knew that and still attacked, that means...
音がやんだ。イリア、キャスターの気配は？
I don't hear no Excalibur!
消えたわ。使い魔はまだ残ってるけど、残っているサーバントはセイバーだけよ。使い魔が残ってる。白、腕。
I look down at my left arm. Bye-bye! I don't understand what happened. My command spells, proof of my contract with Saber, are gone.
白、霊樹使った？
Did you hear me use one? No!
いや、俺は霊樹なんて使ってない。
What's going on? Saber should have defeated Caster easily. So then why did my command spell disappear? No, my command spell disappearing doesn't mean my contract is severed. I shouldn't be panicking. Command spells are there to control servants who may act against their master's orders. I haven't needed to use them for Saber. So even if I lose my command spells, Saber and I should be able to get along fine.
セイバー、帰ってきたわ。もうすぐここにやってくる。
What are those two doing? Saber's just coming back. What? So why do they seem so worried? The door opens. Saber comes in. Uh-oh. Oh no! Saber's gripping her chest. She seems to be in pain.
セイバー！
I rush to her.
待って白。
I don't hear Tosaka's warning. All I see is that Saber is injured.
大丈夫かセイバー？どこ？
Ugh.
ダメ、逃げて白。
A little bit too late for that.
セイバー、やめ。
In a single stroke, my body is cut in half from the shoulder to the waist. So quick is the slash that, for a moment, I don't even feel pain. The mysterious healing abilities don't seem to work against the attack from Saber's sword. The world starts to go dark. As I die, more than my fear of death, I find myself wondering why Saber attacked me. Well, yep, that was most definitely a bad matchup. Dead End. Tiger Dojo is a lighthearted. Okay, let's see. Which one is this? New Tiger Dojo scene added. Saber's like, I'm sorry.
みんなこんばんは。洗濯ミスでさっぱりやられちゃったシロを助ける Q&A タイガー道場です。
さて、今回のシーンは
Yeah, it was Saber. They have a spotlight on her.
どんなに優勢だろうと油断しちゃいけないっていうことかな。シロはマスターなんだから、セイバーちゃんのちょ突猛進なところを諌めてあげないとダメだぞ。
Look at how sorry Saber is. I'm sorry I killed you.
違うわ。今回悪いのはセイバーでしょ。キャスターなんかの罠にかかっちゃって気が抜けてる証拠だわ。大方シロを意識して一人でいいところを見せようとしたんでしょうね。なのにシロを殺しちゃうなんてセイバーのクラスの落ちたものだわ。
Aww. They're so cute.
それに夜最強って言うけど勝ち星は
Oh shit. Oh shit. She's firing shots. Ilya must be an archer.
なんかセイバーって大ぐらいなだけのパワーキャラって感じ。
イリアちゃん、ストップストップ。
Come on, she's already killed Shirou. Don't kill her too.
セイバーちゃんも反省してるし、こう傷口に塩塗りたくるのはまずいでござるよ、武士として。
そっか、武士道は色なし恋なし情けありだっけ。仕方ない。今回の不手際は多めに見てあげるわ。けどセイバーに首輪をつけなきゃいけないのは本当だよ。だってそうでもしないと他のデッドルートでもこう。
Ugh.
ごめん。
Yeah, Ilya deserves that.
師匠、なんで体罰するんですか。
だからそういう話は禁止。ネタバレは良くないし、セイバーちゃんを怒らせちゃダメ。あの子怒ると本気で怖いわよ。ちょっと前セイバーちゃんをからかって臨死体験した子もいるんだから。
They refer to that Tiger Dojo scene.
あ、それって13日目のことだよね。
Oh snap.
あれは楽しかった。ってタイガー、なんか今グルルーとか聞こえなかった？ん？
別に聞こえない。
Saber's sad and hungry.
うわー！ライバル出現の泣き！
何あれ、変なのが変なのに乗ってきた。
I have no idea what they're referencing now. Okay. Oh my god! Shirou, can I get 100 yen? Oh man, I didn't realize she would go on with that. Okay, Saber and I will both head out. It's clear who the enemy is. If Caster is attacking with the entire army, there's only one thing for us to do.
ここにいても始まらない。セイバー、一緒に来てくれ。登坂はイリアを。
なんで？やだ、私リンのお守りなんてお断りよ。
It's the other way around.
そんなの私だって願い下げよう。けどあんた、シロウの言うことなら聞くって言ったでしょ。あいつがああ言ってるんだからおとなしく従いなさい。
Fine.
そんなの知らない。セイバーなんかより私の方が役に
Tosaka grabs Ilya from the from behind in a full Nelson and covers her mouth. Ilya, her voice muffled, continues shouting insults and expletives.
分かってる。イリアは私が守りきるわ。その間にあなたはキャスターを倒しなさい。
頼む。けど、できるだけ無理はするなよ。敵を倒すことより逃げることを考えろ。
Tosaka nods as if to say that she doesn't have to be reminded. I turn my back to Tosaka and head towards the veranda.
セイバー、
分かっています。シロは私が。
Saber follows me after nodding to Tosaka. Oh, yep, I've seen those Dragon Tooth Warriors before. In that instant, I doubt my own eyes. A sword swings down at me. I stand stunned as the blade descends towards my head. I tussle away in parry with my wooden sword. Even I don't believe it. My body just reacted the instant I knew I was in mortal peril. The enemy attacks again without missing a beat. A smooth mechanical movement. A fluid, accurate attack. But that's it. Saber, do something! It's accurate, but it's not sophisticated, and it lacks the brutality of a clean strike. It seems pathetic next to the strength of Saber's strike, like it's barely moving in comparison to Berserker's incredible speed. Back against the wall, I parry again. As I step back against the wall, Saber strikes like lightning. Oh, there we go. Time to sweep.
無事ですか？
見ての通りだ。肝を冷やしたけどなんとかなった。
Thanks for the training this morning.
なんとかなったではありません。このような時は私の後ろについてこなければダメです。今後は気をつけてください。
Saber scolds me for my carelessness. She's right, but I didn't want to just stay behind her.
シロ、私の話を聞いていますか？
ちゃんと聞いてる。それよりセイバー、今のやつは。
The hallway is empty. Whatever hideous thing Saber saved me from was completely annihilated by her attack.
今のはイリアスフィールの言っていた通り、魔物の体を触媒にしてかたどった兵士です。オートマタというよりゴーレムのようですが質は低いですね。今のゴーレム程度なら取り囲まれても問題はありませんが。
Oh, they're back from the dead, bitch. I don't know where they were hiding. How the hell did they manage to sneak in? These crudely assembled things scuttle all around us, closing in like spiders. But they're not the only presence I sense. Countless others surround the house, many times more than I can see here.
シロ、横です。
I leap away from the wall. I strike at the bones with my wooden sword. Saber sweeps away the bones, crawling towards my exposed back. The bones move jerkily towards us, attacking with the same unnatural movements. It's not hard to fight them off, but we're destroying more of the house with every strike. And I only have a wooden sword. Even if I use strengthening on it, it won't last long. As much as I hope I'm wrong, it seems like the bones heading for us are endless. I really hope this isn't going to go on until we both collapse from exhaustion.
どっから湧いてやがるんだ、こいつは。
The ground! I can't help but complain as I fight back to back with Saber. There aren't that many bones coming at me. Some seem to be coming from inside the house, but most seem to be coming from the yard. Saber is slashing away at the bones coming from the yard. It looks like they're heading towards the living room. Tosaka and Ilya are in there, and Saber has her hands full with dealing with the bones that way. The shining sword! Saber readies her sword. There may be no need to hide it now. Her golden sword is ready to demonstrate its true power.
待てセイバー、ダメだ。エクスカリバーは使うな。口が吹っ飛ぶ分には構わない。あ、いや構うけど。それでも
Okay, don't destroy my house, please.
ここでそんなものを使われたらどうなるかわかるだろう。
I shout to Saber as I bat away the bones striking at me.
マスターの指示ならば従いますが、これだけの数をまともに相手にするのは面倒です。一掃しなければいずれ窮地に立たされます。
分かってる。要するにあれは使い魔の類だろう。だから操り手を叩けば一網打尽だ。セイバー、キャスターの気配は探れるか？
探るまでもありません。キャスターは庭にいます。気配を隠しもしないということは私たちを誘っているようですが。
構わない。誘いに乗ろう。どっちにしたってこんなことを続けてたらこっちが先に参っちまう。
私は一向に構わないのですが。ではこのままキャスターを。
The yard is just ahead. If Caster's out there, she shouldn't be too difficult to reach. If we do that, we won't be defending the house. Saber's fighting the bones off now, but as soon as she's outside, the wall holding him back, all back will be gone. I should believe in Tosaka, leave Caster Saber. I think this is literally going to lead to the same thing, because if we go back to Tosaka and Ilya, the three of us will be in that room, and then Saber will also confront Caster by herself, and they'll be like the same thing. I feel bad about relying only on Saber, but I have no choice. We may have come out together, but I'm just slowing her down. Saber should have no trouble getting past those bone things and reaching caster
セイ
alone.
バー頼めるか。
はい。ではシロはリンのところに戻ってください。リンとイリアスフィールの力があれば数分は持ちこたえられる。
分かった。今で待ってるからな、セイバー。
Yeah, the situation's exactly the
す
same.
ぐに戻ります。先ほど宝具を使おうとした私が言えることではないのですが、ここはシロの家だ。これ以上このような者たちになど荒らさせません。
Except me. Saber launches herself into the yard. She chops effortlessly through the army of bones.
よし。
I hurry back to the living room. If I stay here, I might end up surrounded by those bone creatures, and Saber might worry.
シロどうしたの？セイバーに何かあった？
いや違うんだ。キャスターの使い魔、骨の人形なんだが異様に数が多い。このままじゃ数で押されかねないから、セイバーは元凶であるキャスターを倒しに行った。俺は足手まといになるから、セイバーが決着をつけるまでここで籠城。
Paul Saka's gonna be like, "Did you not listen to the Tiger Dojo?"
そうなるほどね。確かにすごい数の使い魔だもの。イリアは心配することないって言うけど、セイバーにだって限度があるし、疲労しきる前に大元を叩きに行ったんだ。
そうみたいね。ここを見張ってた竜河兵たちも庭に移動してるし、キャスターのやつセイバーに追い詰められて必死
Yeah,
みたい
surely nothing can go wrong.
けどこれで詰めね。キャスターじゃどうあってもセイバーには勝てないもの。
本当だ。周りの音聞こえなくなってる。
I don't sense any enemies anymore. As long as we don't go outside, those bones won't attack us. If Ilya's right, the battle should be over soon. Saber won't lose in single combat. She shouldn't have any trouble cutting Caster down since she doesn't have to worry about protecting us.
浮かない顔ね。すぐに決着がつくっていうのに納得いかない顔してる
It's
けど。
not letting me skip it even though it's like
そういう動作
virtually
だって
exactly the same.
どこか気に食わないって顔だけど。
She's like, it's going too well.
ちょっと
Yeah,
セ
I
イバ
don't want
ー
to
の
skip
強
through
さ
some
が
of
キャス
this.
ターの予想以上だったにしろ、何の用心もな。
音がやんだ。
消えたわ。
使い魔が残ってる。
Okay, yeah, it's the exact same with the... Look at my arm. Goodbye, Command Seal.
どこ？
Oh no, Saber stabbed me. Oh, no. Alright, it's another dead end. I'm surprised they didn't let us skip that, to be honest, because it was exactly the same. Is it going to be the same Tiger Dojo? Oh, it is exactly the same. I see. They're gonna Saber with a lion. I believe in Tosaka. Oh, I hear glass shattering. I hear the sounds of intense fighting coming from the living room.
シロ、指示を。迷っている時間はありません。
I know. My delaying is making the situation
キャ
worse.
スターを叩く。イリアは遠坂に
I believe in her.
では行きましょう。マスター、私の背中を任せます。
Now we can watch her back so that whatever Caster does, we can defend her against it. She hurries down the hall, mowing down bones as she goes. The bone soldiers disappear before getting anywhere near Saber. They're like vanishing snowflakes. Saber scatters so many in her path, it looks like a snowstorm. She said she'd trust her back to me, but she pretty clearly doesn't need me to protect her. I'm once again reminded of how skilled of a swordsman Saber is. Saber charges through them unwaveringly. She cuts her way straight to the source of these bones. Her only goal now is to defeat the yet unseen sixth servant that has invaded the house. Saber stops. The soldiers, which have been coming at us in droves, are suddenly gone. This must be our destination. The sworded human figure looms ahead of us. It wears a robe of some kind, but the robe itself is so dark it looks more like a hole in the night. Whoa! She just spawned here, and the music goes to 0. A dark shadow. As soon as I lay eyes on the figure, I'm struck by an indescribable sense of anxiety.
あなたがセイバー。なるほど。確かにこれならバーサーカーを倒し得るわね。
Magic resistance, son.
私の増票では足止めにもならないでしょ。
The figure chuckles. It seems that the dark figure is the master of those bone creatures, Kester. But
マスターがいない。
there's no sign of a master nearby. Maybe she's the same as Lancer. Able to move even far from her master.
貴様、 契約が切れているのか。
Saber challenges her directly with a question.
ええ、彼は私の主にふさわしくなかった。だから消えてもらったし、消えてしまったわ。
I can't see the expression on the robed Saber's servant's face. I can hear the terrible coldness in Caster's voice.
マスター殺し。では、貴様のマスターは。
とっくに死んだわ。けれど問題はないのよ、セイバー。私たちは魂食いでしょ。魔力の供給源なんて
Heroes my
いくらでも
ass.
溢れている。あとはそう、聖杯さえ手に入れてしまえば心配は何もなくなるでしょうね。
貴様も現世の復活を望むのか。どこの英霊かは知らぬが、そのためにかつての誇りを捨てたのか。
あら、人間風情に使われるのは誇りを捨てるとは言わないのかしら。私はそれが我慢ならなかっただけよ。今も昔も誰かの手足になるのはこりごりなの。だから使う側に回っただけ。
だろうな。私も貴様の非業になど興味はない。
Oh, whoops. Saber tilts her body just slightly. She's only about 10 meters from Caster. Saber should be able to close in that distance and bring Caster down in a heartbeat.
物騒ね。せっかく話し合いに来たのに問答無用だなんて。これでも手加減はしたつもりなのですよ。
貴様と話すことなどない。
Damn.
潔くここで散れ。
You will die here. Saber is intent only on killing. I'm not about to oppose her in this case. Just do it. All I smell from Caster is blood. She must be telling the truth about murdering her master. Her raid tonight was clearly intended to kill everyone in the house. So there's no reason for me to stop Saber. Besides, Caster isn't even a threat to Saber. Yeah, surely she wouldn't lose. Even I can see Caster's abilities. She's the weakest when it comes to one-on-one combat. If Saber engages her, she can only lose.
ダメだ、セイバー。
Even with all that in mind, I can't shake off this sense of anxiety. It's not the same feeling of hopelessness, inevitable death I got whenever we were in Berserker's presence. Do I just have some sort of aversion to her, or is it a warning of something dangerous? Forget about me. Somehow my left hand is aching to warn me that Saber should stay away from that thing. Like it's about to take him. My command spells. Ugh! I hesitated too long. Saber launches herself at the dark shadow. Whoa, okay. Caster smiles. She doesn't look all that disturbed as Saber rushes towards her. Did she say Atlas? Oh, she mutters Atlas. I can't understand what she says, but sends something beyond words straight into our minds. Whoa. The world lurches and distorts. The air grows denser around Saber. Whoa, what did she do? I hear, even feel a tremendous impact. The ground flexes like something massive slammed into Saber from above.
そんな、何の動作もなしで魔術を。
Okay, we finally got some information. What about Caster? Yes. So her magic is A+, no surprise, and everything else is, well, very varied actually. Right now, territory creation, item construction, rapid word of the vine, A, can activate magecraft without saying an incantation or connecting with magic circuits. Even great magecraft can be cast in one step, single action. There are words from the age of gods, so modern people can't pronounce them. Ah, in FGO, they make it so that you can use your noble phantasm instantly, so be careful of that, Saber. Actually, I think she murmured something like an incantation? Incantations can be shortened. The simpler the magecraft, the shorter the spell can be made. But this isn't by any means a simple magecraft. Not many mages can visualize such a thing in a single breath. If it were possible, they need to prepare a catalyst ahead of time, like Tolseka does. The caster triggers the magecraft with a murmured word. I've never even heard of anything like this. If that is Caster's magecraft, she is no mere mage. Saber hovers there, frozen. Her feet still kick in the air. She hangs suspended there. The air around her seems to have thickened into a gelatin. I can't get close. Some sort of invisible barrier holds me back. The murkiness seems confined to Saber. For so long as her feet don't touch the ground, she can't move.
あなたの時代の魔術師がどれほどだったかは知らないけど、この指は信頼に生きたもの。こんなマッセの魔術師たちから見れば、私の技は魔法のそれでしょう。
A ridiculing laugh echoes out from the depths of that dark robe. Saber still suspended, helpless in the air.
なんだ、 本当にこの
Aw,
程度ですか
is this all you have? Jesus dismisses this as if it were some dull trick. Magic resistance, yes.
そんな私の魔術すら弾くというのか。
Caster steps back. After casually nullifying Caster's magecraft, Saber surges towards her at lightning speed. But I think, I mean, Shirou did have that bad feeling. This is probably death. I shouldn't be so apprehensive. We have Caster cornered. Yeah, everything's going fine, right? If we retreat, we're only giving Caster a chance to win. Saber's sword flashes in the blur of a moment. She closes the distance and will likely cleave Caster in half with her next strike. But Saber suddenly stops. It's nothing Caster has done. Saber's own instinct seems to be stopping her from getting closer. What did you do?
貴様それは
Saber twists away to dodge. Too late. She falters. Ah! As if something has lifted her upward, and a strange dagger plunges into her chest. Oh wow, I kind of wish they just showed the CG instead of like a transparent one because it would have been cooler. Uah.
キャスター今のは
そうこれが私の宝具よ。
I told you, Saber! The rabbit word of the divine lets her use her noble phantasm instantly.
サーバントは愚か人間一人殺せない何も生み出せない最弱の武器けれどある事柄に対しては全てを許された寝台の免罪符。
シロげ
Oh, I can't. I'm still in this blob of air. Saber isn't injured, but she collapses to her knees anyways. Before I can figure out what's going on. Bye-bye command spells for the third time. The final command spell disappears from my left hand.
予定通りよ坊やあとは中にいる魔術師と器を回収すれば私の勝利は揺るがない。
Caster raises her hand. Even without her chanting, the air wavers and blows me off my feet. Whoa! I can't get up. My legs are an absolute mess from that blow and simply won't move.
そろそろね。さあ立ちなさいセイバー。たとえ神が罰しようと、私があなたを許してあげる。
But I don't care about you. She snickers. Saber stands up. She walks in the same jerky manner as those bone soldiers, slowly approaching me as I lay immobile. Bye, Shirou. Her eyes bulge like she's having a nightmare as she swings down her sword.
素敵よセイバー。これであなたも私と同じ主殺しの罪を負った。ええ、これからは罪人同士仲良くこの地上を呪い殺しましょう。
Caster's laughter assaults my eardrums. Without even understanding what's going on, I feel my body go rigid. Crimson stains the night. Saber stares down at my blood-soaked body, her eyes filled with tears. Dead end. Oh, yep. Really bad matchup. I'm still not really quite sure what made Saber hesitate, to be honest. I do understand that Caster's Noble Phantasm basically made it so that she controlled Saber.
どうやら敵は去ったよね。
But I don't know what stopped Saber from just like slashing at her.
頭に歯型が
Oh my god! This is a follow-up from being devoured from Saber and the lion.
それでは気を取り直しまして、ちょっとした脇道から谷底へまっしぐら。このままじゃ現世復帰が無理めなシローを助けるレスキューコーナー。タイガー道場始まり。
けどタイガー、今回のデッドエンド、さっきのデッドとあまり変わらないわ。
Yeah.
こっちもセイバーが暴走してシローがバッサリ殺されたエンドよね。
そうね。けどさっきのとは少し違うっていうか、今回はシローが頑張れば防げたデッドエンドだからな。
Yeah, just try it. Just win, Shirou.
いないような。
はあ、そういえばセイバーいないね。
責任が半々なら落ち込むことはない。
It wasn't completely her fault. Only half.
そんなわけで今回は安心してタイガー道場を運営できます。
I do kind of wonder if you get this first without getting the other two, do they refer to it or
そう
not?
ね。 妙な選択肢はこれでおしまい。物語もいよいよ山場だから、しっかり
Climax.
しないと正しいエンディングに行けなくなるよ、シロ。キャスターさえ倒せばいよいよ敵はあと1人。
Only one?
勝って兜の尾を締めよ。ピンチの次にチャンスあり。
Lancer was the first boss and he'll be the last boss.
はい、よくできました。それじゃあまた次のタイガー道場で待ってるよ。
またね、シロ。
Alright. Well, Saber, don't do that. No, Saber, don't. Saber raises her sword. She's already closing on Caster.
ダメだ、セイバー。
I desperately sprint towards Saber, my heart racing.
何？
Ugh! Saber suddenly halts. It's not clear whether Caster did anything. Saber tenses up after sensing something from Caster.
貴様、それは。
Saber twists away to dodge. However, bony arms burst from the ground to grab her legs. Oh, that's what it is.
予知直感まで持っているとは予想外だったけれど、これで罪ね、セイバー。
It's a trap! A sharp blade emerges from the folds of Caster's robes. It's an oddly shaped dagger. Thin and brittle, that blade isn't meant for killing. Saber regards it in disgust, and Caster strikes, clearly seeing her opportunity for victory. Being grabbed from the ground must have surprised Saber. Saber's unable to dodge or deflect the falling dagger, and simply takes the blow, looking astonished. A boy just punches him. I hear Caster's voice from behind me somewhere. I can't see her expression. The only thing I can do is throw myself in front of Saber and take the blow in her place. Didn't expect this, did you, bitch? It wasn't graceful. I didn't have the confidence to just step in and take the dagger to the chest, so instead I tried to shield Saber, hugging her to obscure Caster's target. And so Caster's dagger plunged into my back, tearing through my spine in a moment of unbelievable pain. I can't stop myself from crying out in pain and muster my strength to support Saber.
シロウ。
I can't hear what she's saying, even as close as she is to my ear.
離れろ、セイバー。後ろに。
Saber understands before I can gather my voice to tell her to jump. I go flying. Saber shakes off the bony hand gripping her legs and carries me with her.
シロウ、傷を。
Saber's voice is urgent. She lays me gently on the ground, but the pain only grows worse. Like scissors tore open my back, and someone's poured lead down my spine. The pain is unreal.
シロウ、しっかりして
Man,
く
we're
ださ
using
い。
this
シロウ。
one CG a lot. But I'm not exactly losing my mind over it. Hearing Saber practically shouting makes me actually calmer.
バカ、そんな大声出さなくても聞こえてる。こんなの痛いだけでどうってことない。
That's what I was doing.
今は俺よりキャスト。
I point in Caster's direction, my head still down.
はい。すぐに決着をつけます。少しの間だけ辛抱してください。
Saber turns towards Caster.
今のが貴様の宝具か、キャスター。
Saber's voice is harsh, angry. The black shadow clicks her tongue in irritation and raises that strange dagger in her hand.
ええ、見ての通り生蔵で人間一人殺せないものですけどね。あなたが直感した通り、ある事柄に関してのみ万能とされる魔法の札よ。
I'll give Shirou the pass for surviving this because she literally did explain in both routes that it's not a very powerful weapon physically. It can do some magical stuff to control people. I think right now she has it programmed to control the next servant she hits, but what she stabbed wasn't a servant, so it's like, fuck!
触れたくないのなら、私には近寄らないことね、セイバー。
Caster's talking bold, but she doesn't seem as composed as earlier. Even a powerful mage like Caster can't hurt Saber as long as she's only using magecraft. Whatever her noble phantasm might be, it can't hurt Saber, even if she surprises her with it.
お前ならあとは問題なく倒すはずだ。
I give my order through gritted teeth.
あら、それでいいの、セイバー。確かにあなたなら私を追い詰められるわ。けど、その間に誰がそこの男を守るのかしらね。言うまでもないでしょうけど、私の魔術が通じないのはあくまであなただけ。あなたがそこの坊やから離れれば、追い詰められた私が何をするか
God damn it,
予想が
Shirou!
つくのではなくて。
貴様。
Saber's voice rumbles up from within her chest. The rattling of bones grows louder. I'm kneeling on the ground and Saber holds her sword, defending me as the bones surround us. I messed up. Even if I manage to save Saber, there's no point with me being left so weak. I can't move properly, so I'm just slowing Saber down. Castor would be no threat to Saber alone, but with me to worry about.
話し合いに来たと言ったな、キャスター。
セイバ
マスターは黙っていてください。今はこれが正しい選択です。
Saber lowers her sword. I think I hear Castor's laugh amid the sounds of rattling bones all around us.
話を聞こう、キャスター。条件によっては見逃してやってもいい。
I know where you live. Oh, I guess you know where I live too. Fuck.
あなたたちの命は私が握っているのですよ。そんな強気な態度に出られるとつい握りつぶしてしまいそうだ。
She's like, yes, my noble phantasm. Hostages.
間違えるな。貴様が握っているのは私ではなく、私のマスターの命だけだ。だが、それを潰すというのなら私も容赦はしない。この身が消え去る前に、我が剣のすべてをもって貴様を焼き尽くす。
Shiro's not gonna care about his house when he's dead. Excalibur! The air around us goes cold. Saber's words intimidate Castor. I can feel it.
いいわ。そこの坊やには手を出さない。もともと私の目的はあなただもの。一人ぐらいマスターを見逃しても支障はないわ。
初めから私が目的？
そうよ。バーサーカーを倒したほどの英霊を見逃す手はないわ。残るサーバントは私とあなた、それにランサーだけ。あなたを味方に引き入れればランサーなど敵ではないもの。
She's completely ignoring the assassin.
残り3人では、アサシンはすでに倒されたのか。
さあ、もういないのだから倒されたのでしょう。
Oh.
主も守れないサーバントは消えて当然よ。
Assassin was defeated? Does that mean the master in Ryudo Temple is gone? I didn't fight them or even know who they were, but now there's one less master. So the only remaining servants are Saber, Castor, and Lancer, who hasn't shown up since that first night.
くだらない無駄話はそこまでよ。私が欲しいのはあなたのその宝具だけ。マスターを殺されたくなければおとなしくその剣を渡しなさい。
Alright, and the Saber just shish kebabs her. You got my sword
そ
now.
れこそ無意味だ。この剣を扱えるのは私だけだ。宝具はその持ち主でなければ使えないと英霊ならば分かっていよう。
ああ、そうだったわね。けどそれならあなたごといただくまでの話よ、セイバー。どんなに優れた騎士でも捕らえてしまえばどうとでも懐柔できるし。
Oh god.
何よりあなたは私の好みですからね。
The Yuri! The
しつける
Yuri!
のは楽しそうだわ。
Her voice drips with amusement. I feel myself on the verge of passing out, even as my anger boils over. I try to shove the pain aside and start to force myself to stand on my numb legs. Piece of shit! I'm not gonna let Saber get captured because of me. I decided I'm gonna protect Saber, so I'm not gonna let a wound like this bring me down. I grab my wooden sword and start slashing at the bones surrounding us.
いけない、シロ。
Saber's voice is brittle, tense.
そう、自殺したいのなら止めはしない。
I'll have you know that I'm very good at getting myself killed. Castor mocks me as I struggle. Bones crack and rattle, and as if to muffle those sounds. Oh. So who just fired all those cannons? The bones are swept aside in the blink of an eye by a sudden volley of arrows. We all stand dumbfounded. The arrows that rain down on us disappear as if they had been an illusion, but they weren't. The entire horde of bones is gone.
誰だ?
Well, they were red lights, perhaps Lancer, with multiple lances. Castor looks up. Saber must have noticed earlier. Well before Caster, she stares up towards the wall in disbelief. Oh my god, is that the boss from Fate Samurai Remnant? Oh, we got this song again. I don't understand what I'm seeing. There's a golden figure standing with the moon behind them. Actually, I don't really think I've really seen them in visual novel form, but this character is very, very important. It is a man clad in golden armor, looking down at the yard with a cruel smile. Caster raises her voice, instinctively realizing that this is the one who annihilated her troops. He gives no answers. He's not even looking at Caster. His eyes are fixed on one person alone, Saber. Caster's voice is heavy with emotion. The golden armored man finally looks at her. Caster gasps as the man's red eyes bore into her. His gaze is impossibly cold. He doesn't even see Caster as human. I can tell, as far away as I am. I don't blame Caster for being intimidated, like some icy hand has a grip on her heart, since she looks straight into his eyes. Does she know him? Caster's voice trembles as she speaks. She must know that she's doomed if she doesn't do something. But he said it, you mongrel! His answers come as a death sentence. I hear a loud snap. By the time I realize the sound of him clicking his fingers, the tragedy has begun. Actually, let's see, we can only see like 4 weapons here. Everything else is just a bunch of red lights. Myriad weapons appear in the air, shooting towards Caster like bullets from a machine gun. Caster raises her arm. A consensual shield envelops her. It forms a glassy film in front of Caster. It's like every bit of as durable as Berserker himself. But her efforts are probably fruitless as the barrier is merely glass. And it shatters to a bajillion pieces. Her crystalline barrier shatters under the deadly rain of so many weapons. She sounds utterly dumbfounded, with not a modicum of concern for Caster, as she so pitifully tilts her head in wonder. The weapons tear through her dark robe. They are merciless. Spears tear into her, sending fabric flying, only for yet more of them to plunge into her body. Swords cut down from her falling form, while arrows sail towards an arm, and as it is about to hit the ground. An axe chops off a head about to complain of the pain, as all of it brings Caster to untold peaks of agony. Well, she's got beheaded. She can't possibly survive. Caster, succumbing to an endless hail of so many different weapons, is no longer even recognizably human. Well, she didn't really have a chance, it seems. The wind flows. Her tattered, empty robes float away. The shredded pieces of it fly skyward in the evening breeze. That torn robe tries valiantly to hold its form. Maybe because it's the only thing remaining to remind us of Caster. I'm completely speechless. My frozen mind is fixed on the miserable remnants of that robe as they float away. And then... He's like, man, she really should have just killed herself. Man, he really is he's kind of the high tier god, actually. The man in gold grunts contemptuously. If I recall, I think this character is the most popular male character in Fate Stay Night. I'm not hallucinating. The dark robe twists like the coils of a snake, then sprouts wings to fly away. Oh, she's still alive, but it's too late. I don't know what the man did. I only see a crack in the night sky itself, like a wave breaking out at sea. The fault lines engulf the fluttering robe. It's like a person being run over by a steamroller. Roll the roller! The robe falls. Caster's beneath it, unscathed. And then... here's more! A storm of magical swords rains down on her. Oh wow, you can see her face screaming. Her scream splits the night. More swords fall upon her in response, and her scream grows louder. Caster must be able to heal herself like Saber. Even all those swords impaling her is still not enough to kill her, but it's hard to watch. The torrent of swords do not stop. Each weapon is different, no two are alike. And, as much as I don't want to admit, Each of the weapons is a magical sword or spear, and is easily a match for a servant's noble phantasm. How can Shirou tell?
あるはずない。こんな馬鹿げた数あるわけ。
It's probably because Shirou really likes them swords. An inexhaustible supply of noble phantasms rain down on Caster. Seeing the way she struggles under it is just...
私死んじゃう。こんなデタラメで死ぬなんて。そんなおかしい。おかしくてこんな嘘。
Okay, Caster. And she's dead. And that is the end of Caster. Okay, now that Caster has died, I'm just gonna talk about what I remember from the 2006 anime. I remember her being really different because I do remember Caster kidnapping Sakura and putting Sakura in this like skin-tight leather black outfit. I remember thinking, as a teenage self, I was like, damn, Sakura's kind of hot. But like, it was very out of character, and I was like, huh, this is really weird. And I do remember Saber fighting Assassin again, and, you know, winning the confrontation. And I don't remember how they end up beating Caster. Maybe this guy also showed up. But yeah, that was very different. Okay, I guess maybe they want to try to... I don't know why they did that, to be honest, because they didn't really incorporate stuff from other routes, at least I don't really remember. And like, maybe they just want to include Sakura more because she kind of disappeared after the first third of the game. I don't know. Maybe that's it. Well, that's the end of Caster. She disappeared, along with the black mist that was hiding her. The infinite cycle of torture that seemed to drag on forever lasted in actuality about 10 seconds. During that time, Saber stood, scowling at the Golden Knight.
魔術師風情。騎士王を捕らえるなどと口にするのも大罪よ。
Oh, he knows.
あれは王である俺のものだ。王の宝に手を出す輩には、かような串刺しが似合っていよう。さて、久しいな、セーバー。覚えているか？俺が下した決定を。
His tone turns amicable as he addresses Saber. But Saber doesn't answer. She only glares all the more intensely at him.
なんだその顔は。未だ覚悟ができていないというのか。あれから10年だぞ。
It's been 10 years.
すでに心を決めても良い頃だが。ああ。もっともそれは俺だけの話なのか。
Damn.
お前にとってはつい先日の話である。
He actually knows of her situation too, the fact that she can remember stuff, and the fact that she basically jumps forward in time.
まったく男を待たせるとは。
Oh, you silly Saber. He laughs heartily, my heart's pounding, partly from the disaster I just witnessed. But beyond that, the way he looks at Saber is making me nauseous. More Zashus. He glances towards the house, annoyed. Huh? I look and see Tosaka and Ilya on the veranda in the front of the living room. No, go away!
何？あれ？
Ilya looks up at the man like she's seen a ghost. She strains her eyes for a moment, then shakes her head in disbelief.
嘘。あなた誰なの？
Oh no, she also asked for his name. Run away!
たわけ。見てわからぬか？この実はお前がよく知る英霊の一人であろう。
嘘。
Ilya jumps off the veranda and glares at the man as if in challenge.
知らない。私あなたなんて知らない。私が知らないサーバントなんて。
He's like, wait a minute. There's only supposed to be 7. My words don't reach her. Oh crap! Ilya releases a massive magical energy straight at the man. I hear it rushing through the air. He does nothing. A mirrored shield appears in front of him and deflects Ilya's attack back at her. Uh-oh! She's been so blind and desperate in her attack that she now has no time to react to it. Lily can only stand there as her attack rebounds towards her. I think Tosax is gonna save the day. Yep. Ugh. Fucking hell, how much power did you put into that Ilya? Tosaka steps in and saves her, blocking the attack.
なるほど。今回はまた変わり種だな。前回の鉄を踏まぬよう少しは工夫したということか。
He looks down at Ilya, scrutinizing her. He looks at Ilya the same way he looks at Saber, coldly, as though appraising prized possessions.
やだやだやだやだやだ私はあなたなんて嫌いなんだから。
Ilya glares at the man while Tosaka tries to hold her back.
貴様の事情
I don't care. I don't give a shit about you.
早く開け。そうだ。せっかくの5人目なのだからな。
He says it so simply. I'm not sure why that had any effect on her. Ilya trembles violently and then slumps to the ground. That's it. Nothing else can happen. Tosaka and I can only look up at the man. We completely understand. He's not looking at us. If either of us so much as speak up, we'll meet the same fate as Caster. But not Saber. Her silence as she stares up at the Golden Knight is entirely different than ours.
なぜあなたが限界しているのです。アーチャー。
Archer number 2! Saber tries to keep her voice under control. Tosaka and I can only gasp in surprise.
なぜも何もなかろう。聖杯は俺のものだ。
Man.
自らの持ち物を取りに来て何が悪い。
All these people be like, yo, that Holy Grail's mine to begin with.
ふざけたことを。あなたがそのような英雄ではない。いや、そもそも。
やめておけ。その先を口にしては戦わざるを得なくなるぞ、騎士王よ。いや、もとよりそのつもりであったが、今日がそがれた。
This place is shit.
再会を祝すにしては、ここはみすぼらしすぎるからな。
And with that, the man in gold turns away. He turns his back to us as if to demonstrate that we are no threat.
いずれ会うぞ、セイバー。あの時から俺の決定は変わらぬ。次に出向くまでに心を決めておくがいい。
He disappears. The tension fades. The yard returns to its usual tranquility. But it's the only thing that returns to how it was. The Emiya household is in shambles, and Ilya has fainted. And Saber, still with her back to us, remains silent. New servant data added. Ooh, new weapon added. So right now in the flowchart, okay, we are here 10 years ago. I'm not gonna lie, this recording's gone on for a while. I was gonna try to end the day, but I think there are still several sections left. I don't know if I can. It's just long. I set the futon out on the living room and laid the unconscious Ilya on it. She may have fainted, but her face is peaceful at least.
ほら、よそ見しない。包帯がずれるじゃない。
Actually, let's check out the servant data. So, do we get any more on... We don't have Caster's true name. Or Noble Phantasm we still don't have because we don't really know the name of it. And now we have Archer. Holy fuck. Noble Phantasm, EX. Yeah, you can't beat that shit. Actually, does Saber say A+? No. So Noble Phantasm here does say A++ for Excalibur, but I don't know if you can beat freaking EX. It's got a different color too. He's chaotic good though. He's a good guy. Remember that. Oh, he has charisma. All right. Oh wait, no, we also got new weapons, I believe. It's probably Durandal. Oh, from Roland. Oh, these are some of the things that he's just chucked at Caster. The Harpy, the divine sword that Perseus, famous Greek hero, used to slay the Gorgon. Vajra, which is, I believe, an Indian one? Yeah, god of thunder. So Indra. Dainsleaf, magical sword in Nibelungenlied. I don't know this one. I've heard Dainsleaf before, but oh, it's a sword that killed Siegfried. Oh no, through the tribe that killed Siegfried. It was initially part of the horde of Fafnir the dragon. Oh. So yeah, they just gave us a whole bunch of weapons that is in this one dude's arsenal for some strange reason. I feel a hand slap my back.
父さがお前怪我人になんてことしやがるんだ。
Yeah, it's the right way to treat dumb people because they won't listen unless they get hurt.
うるさい。人がせっかく手当てしてあげてるんだから、少しはおとなしくしてなさいっての。ほら、右手あげて。もう必要ないとは思うけど、一応こっちにも薬塗っとくから。
冷たいってそれ。
触覚があるってことは平気な証拠よ。はい、次包帯ね。
She wraps a bandage around my right shoulder with surprising skill. It's past 10. After our battle with Castor, Tosaka begins treating my wounds as soon as we got back to the living room. Well, she started, but most of my wounds had already healed, so now she's just fussing over me. Yeah, him and his stupid healing factor.
はい、おしまい。にしても、ほんとデタラメな体ね。
What is
それ
with
だけ
you?
の中能力を持ってるのは吸血鬼ぐらいだもんね。
Why are you so lucky? You keep surviving all this weird shit despite being a beginner mage. Alright, I'm gonna look at the guide. I feel like there are still several sections left, but this video has already gone really long. I'm sure that the next day will also be kind of long. So I think I'm gonna end it here for today, actually. Although there are only a few days left, I think they're all gonna be pretty long. I know that, like, when I hop back into this next time, this day 13, is gonna be like super short, but we'll just hop into day 14 when that happens. But yeah, we fought off against Castor, and then we got a new archer. Honestly, all that stuff happened kind of late into the episode, maybe like the last half hour. Most of it was just kind of talking with Saber about her purpose. So, still good shit, still good shit. But yeah, we'll save finding out about who that mysterious man is next time. Until then, I will be seeing you. See ya!